Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to the Hatman Collection Update. How is everybody doing tonight, Todd? How are you?
Chilling, just dropping by to say hello, get things kicked off, see how you doing.
I'm
Check out
doing
your
well.
Valentine's Day plans.
Valentine's Day plans. Well, we saw Hard Eyes, but we'll be reviewing it closer to Valentine's Day, so there's that.
Yes.
Wednesday, you'll get our thoughts on that. We've got The Monkey. I almost secretly hope I don't like it just so we can headline the video spanking the monkey.
I just want to. I just want to. I'm cool either way because Dan loves the monkey. I don't know.
I know. Spanking the Monkey. We could double it up with 1994's Jeremy Davies film Spanking the Monkey. I've talked about this before, Todd, but that movie is quite traumatizing. It looks like you're getting a 90s sex comedy, and then you watch this movie, and it's about a dude banging his mom. It's like, I remember sitting down and watching that on HBO or Showtime or whatever it was at the time, and just being like, what the hell? This is mostly a drama about a guy banging his mom.
At least you didn't watch Ken Park on Father's Day, I guess. It could be worse.
This is true. Maybe that's a double feature that we'll do at some point. But yeah, no. We'll see. I'm confident we won't have to spank that monkey, Dad. I'm confident. I have a good feeling about it. So yeah, we'll see. Whoa, Indy saw it with his mom. That had to be very awkward, Indy. What up, Dirk? Chris? Anybody? Cliff? Anybody that I missed? Hope you guys are doing well. You see what?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so I've got some movies to show off tonight. Got some beef. We beefing tonight.
Okay, you're gonna make me leave already. We haven't even hit 3 minutes. Dan.
I won't be beefy yet, Todd.
I'll
save the beef for when you exit.
Save all your weirdo shit for when I'm gone, please.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll save it. You know I got to get my shit in, Todd. Come on. Not even a smile, Todd. There's a couple people that get it. Never mind. All right.
It's okay for men to cry, Dan.
It is. It's fine. So Todd, what else do we got coming up on the channel before I get into this this physical media haul? We got The Monkey. We've got Hard Eyes. We got a pretty busy couple weeks.
We got another After Dark about to drop.
We do. Are we gonna do that one on Valentine's Day?
We'll have to talk. Okay. I think we'll be able to pull it off. Yeah, I think that'll happen.
Okay. I know we didn't have time. We were talking about doing like an incel marathon, which I still think is hilarious. But yeah, I don't think we had like all incel movies that we could have done for Valentine's Day, so that's not going to work.
You can just do a watch along a 40-year-old virgin. I wish the forum was still active where we could just literally read off some of the comments as we watch it.
Somebody, maybe it was Jonathan, friend of the channel, was telling me that that Internet Archive or Wayback Machine, whatever they call it, saved like some old stuff from.
Yeah, the Internet Archive, you can find some stuff, but when you start clicking more into it, the links end up broken more times than not.
Yeah,
with like some of like the message board stuff, it's not always easy to archive, but I will look if that is an option.
I would think if whoever does that, like, I would think that would be one of the movies they might have grabbed some of that because it was pretty wild. So you never know. But yeah, we got that. We got more After Dark. Lots of cool stuff dropping, and yeah.
See, I don't know. And Cellathon just sounds like Dan's picking all the movies for it. So whatever Dan picks.
That's fucked up, Dad. What would be like the ultimate incel movies? I mean, there's a lot of horror movies you could kind of.
Well, the ultimate incel movie has to be 40-Year-Old Virgin because it started it all.
Yeah, I guess that would be like the ultimate. I guess really any slasher where it's like the nerds killing the cheerleaders or something like that could really go.
I could say one of our recent films on our last tournament on the left good count, pretty high on one.
The last one,
Oh yeah.
were they really incels? I mean, I kind of just took
No,
them.
but I know the incel community would really enjoy that.
They would enjoy that movie for sure. Yes, there's some hero worship, I would imagine, in the incel community.
Even though they're all the little nerd that gets smoked right in the beginning. That's their stand-in.
The alpha incels took care of him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, Taxi Driver. Yeah. I guess if you want to go OG, that's yeah, that one makes a lot of sense.
Girl House, yeah, that's another one.
Girl House, yeah.
What's the other one? The Warnowski produced one. The other one's
Oh,
similar to
Jim
Girl.
Wynorski.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You said that and I heard Wachowski brothers. I was like, wait, Bound?
No.
I mean, I guess they were kind of cucking.
Lucky Bastard.
Lucky Bastard, yes. Yes.
That's another one.
Lucky Bastard definitely qualifies. Yeah.
I Spit in Your Grave and remake, yeah.
I don't know. Again, are they incels?
No,
they're just kind of like creeps.
Yeah, I get that. That kind of falls in the into the camp of Naked Vengeance too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I think they'll enjoy it, but Psycho. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a whole lot going on.
Norman Bates wasn't pulling a lot of pussy, was he?
Well, see, here's the thing though. As the sequels go on, like all the bitches wanted him, so he obviously wasn't an incel.
I was gonna
mean,
say if you make Bates Motel the most recent TV show canon, he was
that too. See, I was just doing the series of movies like post, after Psycho 1. I mean, all the girls are trying to get some.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got nun pussy coming after him. It's on.
I was gonna say, yeah, Norman. He maybe didn't have the seduction skills, but I mean, he could be clapping some nun cheeks. That's pretty rare. But
in which Psycho was that, Dan?
Which one are we talking?
Where he's clapping the nun cheeks.
Oh no, I said he could clap.
I know, but I'm no.
The Nun was
part 3, which stars the great actor
Jeff Fahey.
There you go. I was trying to set you up.
We could have had the Gay for Fahey Valentine's marathon, actually, come to think of it. So that needs to happen. Maybe a Pride Month show on
I don't think we're allowed to do that anymore.
You can do a Gay for Fahey show.
No, I thought we got banned from all that now.
Well, I don't know. I'm down to do it, but yeah. Yes, there was a partial private tour, Hayden. Like it was still low quality because I was on a cell phone, but yeah. One day I'll film something worthy of a video for that. All right. Anything else, Todd? Do you have any beefs? You always hate somebody or something, Dad.
Do I have any beefs this week? The one, I made fun of LA Knight for the comment I haven't. So, because I don't get fired up for him. He's just stupid.
And you hate MJF.
Well, he's just stupid too. But yeah, GCW, they're just stupid. I don't know. I'm not in a hateful mood today. Maybe I still got a little bit of high from my last edible, so I'm in a good mood.
Okay. Maybe at the end of the stream, the hate will flow through you.
No, I think I'm about to have another edible. I watched Commando though for Fist, so that's coming up. So
there's one fucking beef, and I already talked about it. But Ozzy man card gone, and you need to tell him the next time you record with them. Man card revoked.
Who's in the Super Bowl? I don't even know. Kendrick Lamar is my Super Bowl prediction. All I want to know is if he does not like us and Drake gets trolled to the ultimate level.
Drake, the singer?
Okay, I'm going to tell Dan the story now. I'm going to get Dan up so he's hood approved. So there's been a long feud with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, who's performing at the Super Bowl.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar is the one that was banging the Kardashian chick, right?
No. Kendrick Lamar's Compton native.
Okay.
Anyway, they had a rap beef. Drake started trying to talk shit, so Kendrick came back at him, and now, like, because Kendrick, the little Canadian bitch boy, he's suing Kendrick because of the stuff he said in his diss rap, which is the least rap thing you can do, is sue over a fucking battle rap. But part of it stems from, you know, some of his underage stuff, or the, you know, that the language.
Drake.
What? Yeah, for Drake. So
Okay.
he's suing Kendrick for saying that. But it was funny because he won the Grammy last week, and the entire fucking all of the fucking music people are all fucking singing along to it. And especially when it hits A minor, which is a joke, you know, get it, a minor. But so when he says A minor and the whole fucking place says it, I'm just like, oh, fucking Drake somewhere crying. So I just want to hear in the fucking at the Super Bowl. But the question is, will he do it, the song? Because of if the NFL doesn't want him to do it because of the lawsuits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll probably cave.
He just did it at the Grammys, though. I mean, and now it's like what do you win, 4 or 5 Grammys last week? So yeah. So that's the only thing I give a shit about. I would have watched it if the Rams would have made it, and because they're an LA team, just to support them, but they didn't. So fuck it. I don't give a shit about the Super Bowl.
You wouldn't think there'd be a lot of Canadian rappers. Well, nothing against Canada, but it's like it doesn't feel like the most.
Well, he's a pop star. That's the thing. He was trying to get his street cred and failed miserably. And he thought, yeah, he's the fucking he's the fucking handicapped kid from fucking Degrassi High. No one fucking thinks he's hard.
I was gonna say, like, I love Canada, but it's like kind of hard. I'm from the mean streets of Ottawa. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't quite work. I love Canada. Nothing against it. I don't know. Maybe there is like a big genre of Canadian rap out there. I don't know. I love Canada. We got Canadians in the chat. I don't know.
That is true. It is bullshit. Lil Wayne isn't on the halftime show in New Orleans. Oh, Snow. He's an excellent Canadian rapper. Okay.
All right. Well, I stand corrected. I don't know Snow, but
you know Snow Informer. It was a thing.
Oh, okay.
It's It even
Tom Green. I guess, are we counting Tom Green as a rapper? Was he a rapper though? Or
he made rap songs, so
okay. Well, I love Tom Green, so Tom Green has more street cred than
oh no, 100%. Drake's fucking It's like fucking Screech coming out with the fucking rap album and thinking he's hard. Even Screech was smart enough not to do that. That I have been watching Death by Comedy, the Vice show. I know, or Dark Side of Comedy. I
need to get to that. There's
the Screech episode was much more sad than I expected it to be.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I need this. Did they do Paula Poundstone? I may have already asked you that.
I think you did, and I don't think she was on there. I know what's his name? You asked me about
Sam Kinison, I figures.
Yeah.
One of the episodes.
I just watched his. The Dice one was good too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to think.
I didn't realize all the.
What about Greg Giraldo?
Oh yeah, that was a really good one too.
Yeah, I figured. Artie Lang, you said.
Yeah. Bunch of good shit. They got a Family Matters one on Caesars too. On season 2.
I assume no Carl Winslow Diddy stuff.
No, it was before.
Different angle. Okay.
No, it was done before that.
I assume obviously the daughter going into
I haven't got to that one yet, so yeah.
Movies.
I'm assuming so. This week on Death by Fame, because I got them confused. Mm-hmm. It was kind of an underwhelming one because like it was someone from Bayou Billionaires. I'm like, that bitch was really famous. But whatever. Indy says, Dustin Diamond. I saw him at AVN briefly. I used to always see Dustin Diamond up at Disneyland. We had passes around the same time.
His adult movie was something. Saved by the Smell, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk about that. Yeah, that obviously that was a good, and like I totally forgot about the Celebrity Fit Club, one of the show he was on. But like he openly talks like they openly talk about like basically he got like $50,000 to be the bad guy on the show. Like it was legitimately cast, and they're just like saying it straight up. I was like, wow, they don't give a shit. Cool. So they actually got paid more to be the assholes on the show. So that explains why they did it so much, and like they do it on other shows.
I feel like there needs to be a tier ranking of celebrity sex tapes at some point. I'm going to say that the one, although it's not, I guess it doesn't count if it's not fully available, but Mini-Me, Vern Troyer, that's like she's giving birth in reverse. It's like really fucking, that one's a tough watch. And I think it's only like a minute clip.
I don't think I've ever seen it, so I'm good. No, you did send it. You sent it to me. I know it. Yeah, Dan straight up sent it to me. So.
You definitely saw the clip of them kissing because that was on TMZ. But there is like a slightly.
Didn't we do this already, Indy? Didn't we do a watch along with Pam and Tommy?
We did on Patreon. Or fuck, was that? We might have. I mean, obviously,
no, that was on Patreon.
It was okay. Maybe we reviewed the other.
I don't know. Did we review it or did we watch it? I thought we.
Well, if you can find it on YouTube, if not, it's on Patreon. We definitely covered.
No. I know it. We reviewed it or watched it. I can't remember which it was. I think we did a watch along because I remember. Because remember we had the shitty music loop.
Yeah,
and not the original one. Yeah, you should be able to find it. If not, I'll look and try to repost it. There's have not
Bret Michaels portion where it's literally just him playing with lights and his nutsack. Like he's just sitting there. Like some of that, it's a pretty shitty tape, but it was a big deal back in the day.
We were gonna do more of them, but we haven't because Slasher says we should do the Kim and Ray J one. Oh, you give Ray J some credit too. So I guess that means we. So then there's also the China and X-Pac one.
Yeah.
See, if we give Ray J credit, we're giving X-Sac his X-Pac.
X-Sac is what he should have been credited as.
That should have been his XPW name, God damn
it. X-Sac, yeah. Yeah, that's Cliff, I'm pretty sure we did that's the zoo thing, right? That documentary or not? Am I thinking of something else? We did a couple of those like there's I love you too, Kruger.
There you go.
We did a
19 Paris. We can do that one too.
I thought that one was okay. I mean,
save it for it, Dan.
Okay.
I did when I was because I've been going through the porn stuff to find some stuff for me and Dan to review or whatever we're gonna have.
You didn't even announce that. Yeah, we're gonna do like you guys remember Dave Attell, Dave.
See, you refer to it like that, but that's not the format we're doing.
But I'm gonna give him his flowers. I mean,
because that's the format I wanted to do that we're not doing. I want that stated for the record.
Okay.
Dan always simplifies everything and makes it less complicated. That it's not what I wanted to do. So I was still doing the same shit. Fucking 5 years later.
We're gonna look at some 90s stuff, some very obscure 90s smut.
I don't know if it's necessarily obscure or the fact that all of the 90s stuff is kind of obscure.
I mean,
because I wouldn't call like stuff from Vivid or Wicked and stuff like that obscure, but it kind of is just for the era.
Well, I mean, Vivid, yeah, sure, you can still get some of that on their website. But fuck yeah. I don't know. Me and Feruza.
Right after the Mr. California one, Kruger.
Ooh. I wouldn't wish that one on anybody.
Well, I told people how to find it again today, so 90s had the best erotica, says Indy fans.
I would think that there'd be more wrestler leaks.
Man, the DTV market was going. See, I think. Well, I know for me, like they say your music, like is formed from 12 to 22. That's what you like. We'll just say that happens with your adult erotica too, about that age.
Yeah, 90s were a special time. So Savannah, I think.
Dan, when he went to the Diddy party, that's the one you want to see. Carl Winslow clapping Dan's cheeks.
Can you imagine, like, you're just sitting there and it's like, man, I'm just enjoying the appetizers. He's got like all the good snacks. You got some, some scallops, some caviar, and then it's like you just happen to walk into a room and you just see like you're like America's dad, like getting his butt blasted in a dark room.
And yet for some reason I think they'd be looking at the guy in the fucking gym shorts and the fucking hat like, who the fuck's that, more than they're looking at Carl Winslow getting his cheeks clapped.
He just looks over his shoulder. Who are you?
I think Dan would be the more fucking odd side at the Diddy party.
If it's white, I could still wear it. Could I not? Like, isn't that like, they didn't say you had to wear pants. I think you got some people in shorts in the Diddy party. They're all fucking naked anyways, probably at the end of the night. Come on, Todd. I can wear fucking...
Dan's thought it out.
Can wear white shorts. Yeah, no, that would be really traumatizing, though. Like, you just walk into that room and there's... what if it... Oh, man. There's worse, though. There's even worse. Like, I'm sure... It could be it's like kind of like a game of Russian roulette. It could be J-Lo in one of those rooms. And she'll be like, yeah, take off that hat.
Oh god.
That's true.
Did you guys like the little Cupid with the Dan hat in the graphic?
I didn't notice it right away because like I was scrambling today, was busy with a few things, and then I was like, oh fuck, that is cool. Yeah, that is cool. I appreciate that, Todd.
See, I did a little something. You give me fucking nothing to work with.
I'm showing off movies and beefing, Ted. However,
you always want some kind of special graphic, but you give me nothing to work with. I'm gonna teach you how to have someone else take a picture for you, what you need to do.
Okay.
We'll do that. But I got something for you done at time. The only reason that saved you was the fact that you themed it with Valentine's Day. So I was like, I can do that.
Yeah. Maybe maybe like obscure holidays, not obscure, but like,
we should have
the lesser holidays.
You could have just themed it Black History Month, and you have more than black movies. Well, you could have done a separate one this month.
Just start banking all of those Ice-T movies and just show them all off. I could probably get an entire video just showing off Ice-T movies, in all honesty. Like, I don't know if it'd be like a 4-hour video, but I'm sure I could probably do a couple hours and just showing off Ice-T shit. So maybe one day,
you'd be Yogi Bear in it. Just the shirt and the hat. Leave the hat on.
Fuck yeah. Man,
we should have saw Dan when we were near the Playboy match, and it was hard to keep him in the car. Some of you might have saw it live on stream as it happened.
If we had the body with us, I could have been coaxed into jumping the gate and just seeing what happens.
Wasn't it already closed?
I mean, it was, but it's holy ground. That's the point. The grotto may not even be there anymore, but St. Patrick's Day collection coming soon. Absolutely.
Yes, and he saw it live. Yeah, next time you come down, we're definitely doing another live streaming one.
Yes.
We didn't make it happen last time.
I
was having car issues, remember? And they were like,
I can think of a couple places I wonder if they'd let us stream live with permission.
But a place where you can get tea? Is that your first one?
That yes, and obviously there would be certain things you couldn't film. But like, I wonder if you talk to the right guy, they might.
Well, when our buddy was there, that was like, hey.
Yeah, he loved us.
I wish the girls loved you just as
much. Fuck you, Dad.
BBL did not want anything to do with Dan.
Here's the thing. Got mad when I left. Should have worked the table more.
She didn't get mad when you left. She came
Yes,
back
she
to the
did.
table.
Yeah,
No, she didn't. No, she okay. Yeah. Furious she left.
Where did your friend go? I was like,
Soon as Dan leaves, she comes over. Oh, did your friend leave? And then start talking to everyone else.
well, fuck her then, Tad. I will.
No one wanted to give. All right, we're still on public YouTube.
We're still on public YouTube. What up, Brian? How's it going?
All right. Well,
we're
I've already
25
dinged
here.
in 25 into it, so
But feel free to dip back in.
I will.
I don't know how long it will take, but again, it is a lot less than the last.
You say that every fucking time, Dan.
Well, I'm not just showing the movies. I talk a little bit. So
I know, but you say it's less and less every time, and it's still
it is less. You can go back at the end of this video and compare if you want to. It is 100% less. In fact, I even have a little bit of room.
All right, just text me, Dan.
I will.
All I need is a 5-minute warning.
I will text you on the 5-minute warning.
All right, guys, have fun.
Later, Todd.
Be good. No naughty words. If not, write down times.
I will do my best.
All right. Have fun, guys.
Later. All right, guys. And then there was one. I'm sure Todd will probably dip back in later. So yeah, we do have some beef. I'll save the beef for later. Got a couple beef. There's like some different
Dan, real quick. Do you like it better with the border or without the border? Before I leave.
Well, maybe without. I guess more room the better. Yeah. I mean, probably not a big difference, but it works.
We're good. I'm out.
Later. So yeah. We got a couple beefs. I'll show off some movies first, do that in between. Because again, I don't think it's gonna be 4 hours. I mean, to show off all of this. So we'll see. I've only got one stack of DVDs. The actual DVD buying was pretty slow since the last video. I guess there's still some that I got off MBD, but it's less. I'm kind of at the point where all of the DVDs on MVD I've gotten through sales, so there's just not a whole lot left, especially after this. So yeah. All right. We'll show some of these off. Cool cover art on this one. Garden Tool Massacre. This is a shot on video horror movie from 1990. Again, if you're unaware, like these MVD sales, some of these DVDs like you can get for nothing. So yeah. And yeah, this one was very, very obscure. This is one of those ones I remember hearing about, but it was like released almost nowhere back in the 90s. So I do need to watch it. I know we've got some Analog Nightmares shows coming up soon, so I don't know if that'll make the cut. I'm sure it will at some point. We also have a Hood movie. This is a newer one called making sure no titties. The Hood Has Eyes. Cool cover art there. Some sexy ladies and let's see. Actually, it's a lot darker reading about it on the back than the cover indicates. I do believe there's some I do believe this one's kind of a Todd movie. Maybe one for last tournament on the left at some point, but The Hood Has Eyes. Adjust this here a second. Oh, let's see. Hood movies with 4 white girls on the cover. Yes, Ben. Yes. And bad things happen to them. So, oh, Cliff, is that real? Sonya Deville's been released? I think it kind of makes sense. Like, I like her. I liked her in like an authority role. Her in-ring was just okay. I think it kind of makes sense if you're not going to have her like in an authority role. Shayna and Zoe, I think, are probably better off as singles, to be honest. So yeah, but that sucks. She did have some talent. I think they also quietly released Duke Hudson, who's been around forever. All right, next up, we have a sci-fi horror movie, Reflesh, also from the MVD sale. This looks like it's kind of got some cyberpunk vibes. It's looks like it's kind of influenced somewhat by Tetsuo, which is a good thing. Um, this is also SRS, and like I know this one I almost bought a couple times on Blu-ray, but I'm kind of okay with the DVDs for them, especially being that the Blu-rays are usually like $35 for BDRs, and the DVDs again on these sales you can get for $5-6 at most. So I'm okay with that. All right. Let's see. We've got the Snuffleupagus Tape Massacre, also part of the SRS Extreme line. And I'm not going to show the back. It might be a little rough, but yeah, another one that might qualify for last tournament on the left. Not not treating the ladies well in this one, but also really cool cover art. Oh wow, Ben, I totally missed the releases. What up, Swaggy? You're welcome. It's a pleasure streaming with you guys. List of WWE stars released today. Cedric Alexander, oh my, Akam and Razar. I hate seeing that. Paul Ellering, Sonya Deville, Blair Davenport is bullshit. They needed to that one I don't agree with at all. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because lately they've been focusing on Carrion and not the group. So yeah. I mean, I still feel if nothing else, you should have just tried to make AOP work as just a tag team. Just let them work the tag division. If you go back and watch their like first NXT run, like they were really good. So I don't know, but Blair Davenport, I don't quite get. I don't think she had enough time to get people to know her on the roster. She can go, like she's really good. So, but anyways, like I said, no rules tonight. I've got some beefing. I've got some movies. So if there's anything you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. Okay, so there's a lot of tits on these. So this one, When Death Calls, if you have watched our show, well, my shows on S'mores and Doors, the Midnight Movie Club, you'll know that Jim Haggerty is a fucking legend, and this is one of his movies, When Death Calls. Also got this on the MVD sale, and yeah, this one has Susie Lorraine in it and Tina Kraus. Love both of them. I've met Tina a ton of times over the years at Chiller and a few other conventions, but Susie's also a sweetheart. So this is, I think, one of Jim's later movies. Susie and Tina, you'll also remember from some of the Seduction Cinema stuff with Misty Mundy back in the day. Particularly Tina, she was in like Titanic 2000 and some good stuff like that. And yeah, just look at the back cover there. She's covered up. But Jim Haggerty, look, if you go back and watch some of those midnight movie clubs we've done, that dude makes a very entertaining bad movie. So yes. And this one I'm pretty sure I saw maybe like 10 years ago, but I'm not sure. So looking forward to diving in there again. All right. So this one's from Glenn Coburn. And if you don't know Glenn Coburn's name, he made a classic cult film called Bloodsuckers from Outer Space. And he's somebody that way back in my Creep Show Radio days I interviewed, but this is one of his new movies, Brain Tumor. It's kind of a throwback, cheesy monster movie. This, I believe, also was from the MVD sale or one of the past ones. And I'm kind of curious to check it out. He was a very nice, friendly guy. Got to chat with him a lot back in the day. I think I might still be friends with him on some social media out there. Cool dude. And let's see, try and check the chat in between. Yeah, you guys doing anything for the Super Bowl? I just can't quite care, but I am going to try and maybe put some money on it so I have some reason to follow what's going on. But I am going to get some food for it, irregardless. I think it's going to be tacos and some nachos. It'll be a good time. I just don't really, I don't know. It's Kansas City's in it, right? I know that, and I can't remember who the second team was. All right. So we have more 90s SOV horror with The Hidden. Of course, not to be confused with the Claudia Christian Hidden. But this is another one that's very obscure. SRS does unearth some good stuff. I mean, between them and Saturn's Core and Agfa to a lesser extent, Bleeding Skull, like we are getting some rare shot on video stuff. All right. Also from the SRS Extreme and unrated line, we have Solitude of the Tormentors, which this one I believe is German, a German film, and another rough one, another rough one. Another rough one. It looks like somebody's being fucked up that's in a wheelchair and somebody's getting eaten out on the back cover. So there you go. I don't know if that tells you too much about the plot, but Napalm and OJ. I really hope the Chiefs lose, even though it's probably rigged in their favor. That's what a lot of people are saying. So Indy's going to watch it on Tubi with steak and fries. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Super Bowl on Tubi. But, I mean, hey, it'll put more eyeballs on it for sure. Yeah, never would have thought Tubi would get the Super Bowl. But they have live wrestling coming with Evolve and lots of interesting stuff going on with them. So this one is not SOV, but this is a newer movie, also from the Extreme and Unrated line, Grand Guignol Madness. I love these covers. Like I said, man, like it feels good to get stuff, a big pile of stuff for not a ridiculous amount of money. And yeah, looks like a lot of castrating and possibly dead erotica on the back of this one. So another one that's a little bit rough. Brian, I don't care because the Packers aren't in it. Yeah, I haven't cared in a while. It's just like an issue of time. I like football well enough. It's just, keeping up with the wrestling alone there's just so much. Tubi's getting big releases now. No, that's great. I mean, the thing about Tubi, that's how, like, as a horror community, we get these young people discovering what a giallo is, and they've even got a lot of sex comedy type stuff on there. So Tubi's important. I mean, I'm a little spoiled. I don't like watching ads, so yeah. I don't want them to start charging for the ad version. Well, you mean the ad-free version? I didn't think they even had an ad-free version. Does Tubi have that option? In fact, I didn't think there's anything that you can pay for Tubi. Barney, hey Dan, did you get your points sorted out with Vinegar Syndrome? No. I didn't push it anymore though. I'll get into the beef here in a little bit. But yeah. Oh, so okay. Dirk says that there is an ad-free version of Tubi. How much is that? I didn't think Tubi charged or had an option or anything. All right. So this one looks like it's called Snuff Esophagus Kill. I guess I can say Snuff Kill. It's not actually that. This is a movie with actors, and it's all fake. But this one looks like it has a B movie Tom Savini on the back, so it should be fun. We'll check it out. All right. This one is actually very good. Kruger reviewed it. I don't know if it was on the channel or on Patreon, but Hal from Beyond the Fog. This is a short, well, it's 35 minutes, it says. Hal from Beyond the Fog, if you're a kaiju fan, check this one out in particular. Again, 35 minutes. I think when MVD does have its sale, this is like a $2 DVD. It's ridiculous. So it's not hard to come by. And I just thought this one was really, really good. SRS puts out a lot of obscure kaiju stuff, but this is the best that I've seen. They do have a few that are essentially like YouTube videos thrown on Blu-ray, but yeah. So okay, I'm confused. I feel like I missed something. So the ad-free Tubi. Oh, okay. So this is like I see what you're saying. Fire Cube. I'll have to look into Fire Cube then. Because yeah, it'd be nice not to have to watch ads on, on Tubi. Oh, Indy's got okay. All right. I heard that there was a way to not have ads, but you'd have to watch it on your computer, and I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. All right. Up next, we have, this one's got to be good. Ouija Shark. In fact, I think there's already a second one of these. It's not a Mark Polonia movie, so I'm hoping that it's at least good cheesy fun, like Ghost Shark, which is an amazing movie that I recommend to everybody. But I want at least an attempt at making a proper Goofy B movie, and this one might be that. We'll see. Let's see. Also, from the Asylum, of course, they had to rip it off. The Twisters, which no names in this one really, but it looks like there's a cow NATO in it on the back, so I do need to check that out. Cliff couldn't figure the ad-free Tubi thing on my TV. Yeah, I worry that that's probably my issue too. I mean, once in a blue moon, for whatever reason, I'll have to watch something on my computer, but I hate doing it. I like watching something on a bigger screen, so we'll see. Hayden got Tubi pregnant. All right. Well, congratulations. I'm sure Tubi will have a beautiful ginger baby. This I found at Walmart, which is becoming more and more rare. It wasn't in a discount bin. I think it was $10, but the Killer Sharks 3 movie collection. It's rare to find like these random, used to be Echo Bridge 3 or 4 movie packs. This has a trio of shark movies on it, and they're all brand new actually, and I don't think they've ever been put out separate on DVD. Tsunami Sharks from 2024. They're all 2024 movies, and then Bull Shark 2 and Bull Shark 3. the first bull shark was kind of a discount bin staple for Walmart. So, which I still haven't watched that one yet. So I don't know. Any bull shark fans? It's always kind of cool to catch these sets, particularly when they have stuff that's not available solo. All right. Yeah, I don't get it. A lot of people like watch everything on a computer, and I'm just like, man, again, I will if I have to. If it's something short, I can make do with it, but I need to watch shit on a screen. Hayden, Tsunami Sharks. I need to see that. Hayden, if you have not seen Ghost Shark, go see Ghost Shark. That one's available on a DVD set. If I can find the link to it, I'll send it to you on Instagram, because Ghost Shark is fucking bonkers and you'll have a blast with it. I like cheesy sci-fi movies. I don't like a lot of the meme movies. So, yeah. We have a review on the channel for this one. Another Animals Attack movie, Out Come the Wolves. This one's on Tubi, or not Tubi, on Shudder, I mean, if you want to check it out. So, we have a review, so you can go check out our review of that one. This caught my eye, even though I kind of get more meme movie vibes from it, but we'll see. This one is Red Light District Shark Attack. I went in with this one because sharks doing battle with street whores in Amsterdam is fucking hilarious to me. So yeah, it's about a shark that's like I don't know how it's in a brothel, but it's like killing hookers in a brothel. So Red Light District Shark Attack, had to grab that. Also from the MVD sale. Let's see. A Swaggy Dark Match review coming Wednesday. Yes. Yeah, we got a lot of reviews coming at you guys this coming week. Not from Beelzebub. Beelzebub has he is Dick Shark. Yes, you beat me to it. Dick Shark is an epic Beelzebub movie. Hayden, yes, I'll try and send you a link. I'll go find it, because I don't know exactly. There's a lot of shark sets, but yeah. Ben, it'd be funny if they just Barbie and Kendra Amsterdam inserted shark footage. That very well may be what it is, but I'm still a child. I'm gonna grab something like Red Light District Shark Attack. Can't help it. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got next? From Donald Farmer, we got Bigfoot Exorcist. Donald's 50-50. Sometimes I enjoy his films, sometimes not so much. But yeah, figured I'd check this one out. I don't think it's just Bigfoot. I think it's also looks like aliens. It's hard to tell, but kind of looks like aliens also on the back cover. So Bigfoot Exorcist, sure to be a classic. Let's see, the last little stack here of DVDs. I'll go through these fairly quickly. This one's kind of notable. I don't know much about it. It's called Reunion from Hell. But Kathy Podewell of Night of the Demons fame, who did not do anything really after that movie, is in this. So reason enough. I think I got this like on Amazon at some point, super cheap. It's like, oh, okay, I'll check it out for Kathy. We also got a werewolf movie. This they must have been clearing out. Sometimes if you catch it, Amazon, and I don't even know how you make money on selling a movie for $2.99. But this just randomly was like a giveaway sale practically. Scream of the Wolf. Werewolf movie. I'm sure it's not as cool as the cover art is, but nonetheless, I will gamble for that price. Scream of the Wolf. I think it went back up in price, unfortunately, but let's see. This was another one of those, and I don't. It does have some critical acclaim. It's called The Woman Under the Stage. Don't know a whole lot about it, but this one does look promising. Once in a while, you will catch some of these horror movies on DVD for super cheap closeout prices. So check it out. I bet it's better than An American Werewolf in Paris. Yeah, it might be. That was a decision. I mean, number one, I think they waited, way too long to make that, and you can't really recapture American Werewolf in London. I think that's one of the movies that it's a unique sense of humor. You're definitely not going to recreate the transformation scene. I think you're just going to piss people off no matter what. It's just not a good idea to remake it. I know Max Landis, John Landis's shitheel son, was scheduled to remake that, and once he got like double canceled, I think at this point, I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I love werewolf movies too. Orc, what up? How are you doing? I thought you went to bed on me. Yeah, Mute Witness is great. Yes. All right. Last few. Again, this was like a $2 DVD on Amazon. Deep Hatred. I know nothing about it. It's a Brazilian horror movie though, so I'm curious to give it a watch. And the last two, this looks like straight up ass, if I'm being honest. I think it's produced by Mark Polonia, but it is just called Black Nun. I'm sure I'm gonna regret spending $2 probably on this one. You can see like the quality of the makeup there on the back cover of Black Nun, but if this is like a cheesy like blaxploitation style movie, maybe it'll be fun. It looks cheap as shit, but yeah. Hayden is getting out the credit card and buying Black Nun immediately. Oh, work. Okay, cool. Yeah, everybody's on different schedules now. Dirk, Gator Bait 1 and 2 coming to 4K. Yeah, I heard that a while ago, and I thought maybe something went wrong. Is it TerraVision that has that now? I can't even remember. Yeah. Well, Hayden, you need to go to Amazon and buy Black Nun, and I expect a review on your channel of that movie immediately. So, yes. All right, and our last DVD of the evening from director John Russo of Night of the Living Dead fame. We have Red Tide Massacre, which is kind of a creature feature slasher movie. Again, another cheap one, and Russo's name caught my eye. And that is the end of the DVDs. So we'll get into Blu-ray and 4K, which of course is the bulk of it. Orc, are you a Black Nun fan, Orc? You came in at a good time. You missed some rants at the beginning, but I haven't gotten into beef yet. I will shortly. All right. So I didn't organize any of this as always. So you're just kind of getting it as we go along. But all right. So this was extremely obscure. Very, very obscure in the gray market VHS tape trading community. This was hard to come by. This is a 1969 movie that Severin put out, The Mummy. and it's the Mummy and the Curse of the Jackals, and this great cover art from Severin. Uh, the movie's not great by any means, but it had a very, very obscure VHS release, and obviously not the best quality. And a lot of people just haven't seen this, and that's what I like to see more than anything out of these companies at this point. Because again, not trying to put it over as something amazing, but this is the type of thing that is just going to be lost to time totally. It does also have an extra adult film on it called Angelica the Young Vixen from 74, and a good deal of extras. So I was happy to pick this one up. Maybe I'll get to review it. I don't know. We'll have to see if it figures into anything. Let's see. Orc, we do, I mentioned earlier, we are going to be reviewing Hard Eyes shortly. We got the monkey too. Let's see. Also, these Film Masters Blu-rays, they've been doing a great job of restoring these movies. Night of the Blood Beast. They've been doing a lot of Corman stuff, and this also has Attack of the Giant Leeches on it. They've been doing great restorations, and they don't get a lot of attention, but yeah, they've really been killing it. And there's some good extras on this. It has the Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes on the movies, and not going to read them all off, obviously, but there's a lot. They're very stacked. Most of the time, $20, which at this point for Blu-rays is not bad at all. And yeah, Night of the Blood Beast and Attack of the Giant Leeches. Had to grab that one. And speaking of companies that don't get enough attention, Indicator, who've been killing it with the Jean Rollin stuff. This is the El Vampiro 2 Blood-Sucking Tales from Mexico set. It has the vampire and vampire's coffin. Don't sleep on Indicator. A lot of really great classic horror, and they've also been killing it on restorations. The Roland stuff looks about as good as any, or better than just about anything you're going to be picking up from the bigger boutique labels. Yeah, Film Masters, Film Detective. Yeah, no, they do a really good job. Nobody talks about them, but they do a fine job. Jerk, I ordered the Bravidio Giallo set from Cauldron. If it's like the last box set, I'm assuming I'm probably not going to be getting it for a while. But I did order it, so I'm excited for that to come in. We'll have to, I don't know, maybe we, depending if we get it around the same time, we could cover that on Dead End Drive-In at some point. Which we are going to be shooting some more Dead End Drive-In soon. Let's see. Yeah, Radiance is amazing. Also, this I was about to say Saturn's Core, but this one is actually VHS Shit Fest. And it's a SOV movie called Night. It's a vampire movie. And yeah, it's amazing. I never would have expected all of these SOV horror movies to make it to Blu-ray. And again, I think it's cool because this is the type of stuff. It kind of looks like Ozzy Osbourne there. The inner art is actually much cooler. This is one I think I got on sale because honestly, I don't even care if I have a slip for it. I think the inner art's a lot cooler. Night. All right. Also, this one is from Saturn's Core. It's another in their Wave line of movies, which I've talked about Wave on the channel a lot lately. And for those unaware, it's a New Jersey company that has been, they might still technically be active. I don't know where they're at, but they were active for decades producing like custom order movies. Uh, if you're ever on Vinegar Syndrome and can still find it, particularly during one of their sales, the Wave Productions documentary is great. I'm not going to tell you to go down a rabbit hole and watch all of those movies. A lot of them are very fetish oriented. Uh, there's a lot of like like giantess women stepping on people and stuff like that. But there are some that are more kind of like straight horror movies, straight slasher movies, a lot of them. Yeah, but yeah, check that out. Cliff, check out Laughing Woman for sure. Check it out. I don't think I've ever actually covered that. So maybe a review's in order. But yeah, this is Fatal Delusion. It's got Deanna Demko and also Wave regular Tina Kraus. If you frequent Chiller, you'll know those two ladies. They were like always there. Deanna especially, at least when I was going. And yeah, Deanna, very, very large talents on her. Let's see. This is I don't remember this necessarily being SOV. It might have been, or SOV adjacent at the very least. Gut Pile. This one I do remember from back in the day, picking it up, and I think it does deliver on the gore. I'm trying to see what year this one had come out, which is actually weird because they don't say. I think this one's like late 90s, I believe, but I'm actually looking forward to popping this in. I might prioritize this uh, as one of our Analog Nightmares shows, which there is more of those coming. I think this one, at least from what I remember, delivered for the Gore Hounds. If you can overlook some of the some of the lower production values. Let's see. Also, this is just from Vinegar Syndrome, from legendary Cat 3 director Billy Tang, who did Dr. Lamb and a bunch of other stuff. Dial D for Demons. There you go. And on some of these, if the inner art's the same, I'm not going to bother. But I recommend all the Cat 3 stuff. And it's actually kind of cool to see like what Ebola Syndrome has done, because that movie kind of had a big once they put it out on 4K, like all these like more mainstream YouTubers that I never thought would talk about something like Ebola Syndrome are, and that's been really cool for me to see like Cat 3 become popular. All right. So this isn't a bad movie. It's nowhere near. I mean, it's dumbed down from the original, but James McAvoy's good. Speak No Evil, and I was lucky to get this used. No digital copy, but that's fine. I was fortunate enough to get this one used, and I was like, okay, $7 or whatever I paid for it, $8 was worth picking it up. But I do really encourage people to see the original Speak No Evil, because it's much better. The ending, especially, they Americanized the shit out of this one, but it's not a bad thriller, if I'm being honest. And speaking of not bad, fantastic movie, Strange Darling. Grab that on Blu-ray. I recommend this one to just about anybody. And so, do you want to do this? Kind of almost segues into a rant. So I'll give you one real quick. Has anybody followed? And I'm not gonna shit on the YouTuber specifically. I mean, again, your opinion's your opinion, but have you followed the Terrifier drama where uh, well, first off, what set it off, Damien Leone had posted what I thought was just a very basic I love all my crew, I love all my fans, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you fall on. Like, I just love everybody. Terrifier's not a political movie, which it's not. I don't know how anybody could see politics in a killer clown movie like that, but yeah. Um but yeah. So it's launched like a really ridiculous online thing where like people are going after Damien Leone for not I don't know, not falling in line with their beliefs. It's really fucking stupid. There's a lot of really fucking stupid things on Twitter, obviously, but um you can see I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not shit talking the person. It's Nightmare Maven. You can check out the video that she posted. I mean, maybe you agree more with her and that's fine. But it's I don't know, it's just so stupid. I mean, it's so stupid. I mean, the video kind of, I think, because Damien Leone pissed her off somehow with that response, which I still don't get. Uh, it was, she was talking about like the misogyny in Terrifier and, pointing out some of the obvious as far as like the vag kill and everything. But here's the thing in the Terrifier movies, and this is just my perspective on it. To me, there's nothing there beyond like, I'm going to give you really gross, disgusting kills. A lot of things happen to a lot of similar things happen to dudes. I remember some castrations, a chainsaw up the ass. It's not just women. It's very silly because again, this is just it's a slasher, and at least by mainstream standards, it's a more extreme horror slasher, and just the shitstorm that this is turning into is so fucking stupid. I don't get it at all. Uh, Damien Leone, I've never met him in person, but seems like a really cool guy. David Howard Thornton, I've met him a few times. I mean, fuck, we have an interview with him on the channel. Really cool guy. I don't really care about his politics, to be honest. Like, that doesn't matter to me. I don't really know what he said, to be honest. I didn't even think he was on Twitter anymore, but it's yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just so fucking dumb. It's a killer clown slasher movie. And I thought the video was kind of stupid. Just my personal take. I thought it was really kind of stupid and was looking for stuff that just is not there. Is not there. And the Terrifier movies are gory, but like this mean-spirited tag that everybody's trying to throw on them now, I'm like, my God, you must not have seen Maniac or Don't Go in the House. Those movies, which I love, I consider those classics and much better than Terrifier, quite frankly. But those movies definitely were mean-spirited. Nothing wrong with that. They're about, psychopaths. Like they're gonna be a little mean. But yeah, you can go check out the video. I just thought that, and I encourage you to. Like, it's okay to have a different opinion, but man, I don't get the whole situation. It's just really stupid to me. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you're right, Dirk. Most of Terrifier to me, a lot of the more extreme gore is kind of just played for laughs. Like that kill in 2 that's really extended in the bedroom. I'm like, I mean, that was really fucked up, but that was definitely played for laughs. There is no political messaging or anything in the Terrifier movies. It's so dumb. So yeah. That's one rant. I've got more rants though, but yeah, Strange Darling. That's where I left off on that. What else do we got? This movie's been available forever on Vinegar Syndrome's website. It's not Vinegar Syndrome. It's one of the sub labels, but I've heard it's really funny. Donnie's Bar Mitzvah. I've heard some really good things about this, and I'm curious to check it out. I know Danny Trejo, I think, has a small part in it, and Todd put it over, and I've just never gotten to it. So I finally picked that up. I've got to check it out. Oh, what up, Piz? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh, Cliff, I'd love to see Don't Go in the House on the big screen. I don't think I ever even saw that at a festival. I've never seen that on the big screen. I got to check that out. This is another one that Amazon must have just been clearing it out, because this was like this was another one that was like $2.99 and it cost more to mail it. But did anybody see the sequel to Half Baked Totally High? Most of you probably don't even know that it exists. And I was like, all right, I'll bite. It has Frankie Muniz in it and David Kochner, which, okay, you'll get $2.99 out of me. I don't think there's anybody. No, I take it back, actually. Harland Williams is in it, so I believe he's the only person returning from the first movie. Yeah, Piz, I don't think anybody knows. There's a lot like that, though. Bachelor Party got a sequel, ironically, also with Harland Williams. There were a few of these sex comedies that got that. Let's see. Also, Jeff Bridges movie that was on sale. I saw this forever ago, but Rancho Deluxe. It's kind of a comedy. It's one of those ones that Vinegar Syndrome was closing out. So I grabbed it. Probably wouldn't have paid full price, but it's been so long I've forgotten most of the movie. So it'll be like watching it for the first time. Indy, not a fan of the Bachelor Party sequel. Yeah, though, a lot of those sex comedies, that the direct-to-video sex comedies in the early to mid 2000s, some of them play better now. They really do, just because we don't get them that often. I mean, it certainly wasn't as funny as the original, but I remember it having a few laughs. So there's something about Canadian family movies, particularly stuff in the 70s and 80s. I think a lot of people know like Peanut Butter Solution, and but this one, very strange. The Dog Who Stopped the War. I really want to do a show on these. It's just a matter of having the time. This one is strange. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. This is the 40th anniversary Blu-ray. These, in fact, I think, no, well, I do have some more of these to show off, but I do recommend checking it out. They're very, they're not afraid to traumatize. Back then, they're a little different. But like surprisingly emotional. I don't want to spoil the movie or anything, but this one, it's one of those things you just kind of discover randomly. I discovered this movie maybe like 15 years ago. For a long time, I know in Canada it got replayed a lot. Maybe it still does, but Andy you would probably know. But yeah, highly recommend this one. If we get a chance, maybe we'll do the Canadian Family show. So this one is called Natural Enemies, and it has a great cast: Hal Holbrook and Louise Fletcher from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Haven't seen it in a very long time. This is also from I don't want to just say the Canadian line, but the Canadian line, but is it Canadian? Well, whatever. It's a Vinegar Syndrome sub label. It's their Canadian line. I remember really, really loving this movie Or maybe this one wasn't Canadian, though. I'm trying to remember. Well, my bad. Whatever it is, I remember loving this movie back in the day. It's really good. If you're a fan of Hal Holbrook, yeah, I'm not seeing the Canadian logo on this one. Hal Holbrook is fantastic. Indy, maybe it's not Canadian, or maybe it was shot there. I don't know. North American, it's all the same. I think you might be right. No, Fun City. This is Fun City, so this is not the Canadian line. Natural Enemies is very, very dark. If you've never seen it and you're a fan of Hal Holbrook from some of the horror movies he did, or anything, you owe it to yourself to check this one out. This one, I was very happy. I got it on sale. I don't know if it's out of print yet. It might be one of those movies that's getting to that point. So speaking of 70s movies, this is another film called Born to Win. And this is with George Segal and Karen Black. Paula Prentice is also in it, from 1971. This is kind of a drug drama about I forgot Robert De Niro is also in this. George Segal he had an interesting career because he was kind of tapped to be like a huge star at one point, and he kind of had some flops and it didn't happen. A lot of people around my age, what up, Corey? How are you doing? Yeah, Hal Holbrook, though, check out Natural Enemies. It is not an upbeat movie for sure, like Indy said, but you owe it to yourself to check it out. But Born to Win, George Segal, if you're my age, you probably remember him as the boss on Just Shoot Me. That's what I feel like he's probably most known for. But there was a period of time when it looked like he was going to be a massive star, and he was for a minute, and it just didn't pan out. So this one was weird. I found this on also, I believe, on Amazon, and it was on sale. And I've been noticing this trend lately. Super cheap, but this one has the 4K, the Blu-ray, the DVD, and a digital code, Escape from LA. The price was right on this one, so I was like, all right, fuck it. Escape from LA is not a good movie, but it is, if you're in the right frame of mind, it's good, campy fun. And but they put it in a DVD case. I've been noticing this at Walmart, and not a lot of people have pointed it out because it's not been for like bigger movies. It's a lot of direct to disc action stuff, but they've been sticking it in DVD cases. This is a trend. I've got I don't think I have anything else in this haul, but I've been seeing more like DVD cases, and it almost led to me not buying it because I'm like, okay, is this a mistake that they're not printing there, that they've got Blu-ray printed on it? But no, yeah, they're just, I don't know if this is a sign of things to come and they're just trying to put them in DVD cases. That it does annoy the shit out of me though, for my shelf. Let's see. I wouldn't say Escape from LA rules. I mean, Escape from New York rules, but Escape from LA is still fun. Great fucking cast. Let's see. I'm probably one of the only people left, but I still watch the Walking Dead stuff and the spinoffs. That's the recent season of Daryl Dixon, Book of Carol. I know a lot of people have given up, but yeah. Let's see. Indy, last month Blu-ray sold less than UHD and DVD. Yeah, there's kind of like a jump now back and forth on that, which is interesting. I mean, we are in the waning days. It is what it is. Don't know much about this. Another super cheap Amazon almost closeout on the line. It looks like a pretty cool thriller from the UK, though. It's about a switchboard operator in the 60s, and looked like a fun thriller. Let's see. All right. Sorry, I'm stretching here to reach some of this stuff. All right. So, does anybody remember this movie, Suburbia, from 1984, Penelope Spheris? I think this has been out through Shout Select for a little bit now, but I just finally picked up the Blu-ray. It's kind of a movie about the punk rock scene and starring a lot of just punks that were kind of picked off the street. Uh, Another one I haven't watched in many years, but I am a big fan of it. And I think it was only, might still be like 12 or 13 bucks on Amazon. So I do highly recommend Suburbia. It's a good movie. Orc, you might like Suburbia. I feel like that's one you might appreciate. And Hayden, I think you would definitely like Suburbia. Right. Also, so this did have a theatrical release, and I thought she was really good in it. It's kind of a gritty crime drama, Destroyer with Nicole Kidman. I hadn't grabbed it initially when it first came out, but I think she's actually very good in this movie. And I don't know, anybody see Destroyer? I think it's one of her better performances. Let's see. Big Crack Rock. I bought Suburbia recently too because the stream on Prime looked like dog shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably a good move. I really like Suburbia a lot. Let's see. Check it out. I'm just checking the chat here in between. Yeah. What up, Riverman? Good to see you. Anybody that I missed, I'm sorry. I can't imagine how bigger YouTubers keep up with chats. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because there's a review up in the channel, but got the Russ Meyer 4Ks, Vixen, and of course, Super Vixens, my favorite, Yushki DeGard, and beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens. Check out our show on these three movies because there is nothing like a Russ Meyer movie. Orc, huge tits in these movies. You want to check it out. Also, everybody's probably seen it. Alien Romulus. I picked that up on 4K. Another one I got used. Again, no slipcover, but I don't care. And I got it used for, I think, $10. So, yeah. Yeah, no slipcover, but the digital code, oddly enough, worked on that one. So, there's that. So this is a 80s kind of trauma-esque throwback action movie from Australia, Lieutenant Jangles. I also got that, I believe, during one of the Vinegar Syndrome sales from one of the sub-labels. Looks like a lot of fun. It's also going to roll through these two kind of quick because we do have reviews on the channel. Oh, fuck. Scared me. Abruptio. This is a weird but awesome fucking puppet movie. Watch our review on the channel. It didn't quite crack my top 10, and I mean, you can argue how horror you want to consider it, but great. Hayden, another one I recommend for you if you're keeping track. Speaking of which, on the same review show, you can check out our review of Crust with Sean Whalen. Much better than you would expect for a movie about a killer jizz sock that comes to life. It's also very much like a Hollywood satire, and you can check out our review of Crust. I like both of these movies a lot. Cliff, they're playing Vixen at the Vista later tonight. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I did see Faster Pussycat Kill at some festival years ago, but I think that's the only Russ Meyer I've ever experienced on the big screen. So I'd love to see more. Let's see. Yeah, Hayden, you'll love Abruptio. Don't miss it. Let's see. This one, Actually, I thought it was a BDR. It might not be. Some alien abduction movie called Jonah. This is like another one that's always on sale and cheap on Amazon. So you can grab it. If you look at BluRay.com, I see it might still honestly be. So I figured I would pick that one up. Oh, here's another, actually a couple bizarre, or no, actually just uh, this is the Canadian family movie that I was talking about. In addition to Dog Who Stopped the War, Christmas Martian. This is another strange one, and I don't know if these were like selling out. I know these are selling, I think, fairly well because a lot of people were talking about seeing Christmas Martian for the first time, and another just very uniquely Canadian movie. Again, family movie. I don't know if it's going to connect with everybody. Also from 1971. This one I know was in rotation on TV a lot back then, and it's I owned it forever ago on like a really crappy VHS back in the day, and yeah, very happy to have it on Blu-ray. Another, I think this one is, I want to say you shot in Yugoslavia or something, but Michael J. Anderson from Twin Peaks is in it. The Great Land of Small. It's kind of a fantasy film, a children's fantasy film. There you go. Let's see. So we reviewed this earlier in the year, and I know it made a lot of top tens. But What You Wish For with Nick Stahl. Go into this one knowing as little as possible. Um, it's it's about Nick Stahl plays a kind of down and out chef who goes to visit his friend in, I believe it was Latin America somewhere. I don't know if they name a country, but he goes to visit this old friend who's somehow living the life. I'm living a life of luxury as a chef, and there are reasons for that, and things kind of break down. This is a fantastic thriller. Again, it was in contention to make my top 10. And I think it kind of slips by a lot of people because it had some buzz earlier in the year, then it felt like it just kind of went away. Magnet, maybe not a company that a lot of people pay attention to, but there are some gems. Check out What You Wish For and let me know what you think, because I think this is a really kick-ass movie. It might have made Pug's top 10. I don't remember. I feel like somebody it did. All right. All right. Well, we got a box set I'll show off next. Haven't gotten to crack this one open yet, but some classic Japanese ghost stories. The Daigothic set. It's got the Ghost of Yatsuya, Snow Woman, and the Bride from Hades. Grab this. This is Radiance as well. They've not let me down yet, so I am excited to dive into this this beautiful set from them. Yes, as Craig Zoller desperately needs to make a new movie. Ben had What You Wish For in his top 10. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much and spoil anything. You could put it in the horror genre if you wanted to. There were a lot of movies like that this year. I think that might have partially factored into me maybe not putting it in the top 10 horror movies, but it is one of the better gems that I've seen this year. Let's see. All right, caught up with the chat. And yeah, this does look like a really cool set. I haven't even opened it yet. I need to. I had good luck on used 4Ks at Second and Charles the last couple months, and I managed to pick up The Watchers, which has its moments. Like, it wasn't like my favorite horror movie or anything of the year. I was a little lukewarm, but it's entertaining. And another one, I got it for like $8, and I normally would, because this one doesn't have the Blu-ray, which now I'm kind of moving away from that. A lot of this Arrow Video stuff, if it doesn't at least include the Blu-ray, I'm not getting. But it was cheap, so I grabbed it. All right. So at some point, I feel like we will do a show on this. This movie's not good. I was super excited to watch Fear.com back in the day. It is visually very interesting, but yeah, it let me down. But I'm curious to kind of revisit it. I'm sure it'll still be as nonsensical as it was back then, but boy, was I excited to go to the theater. And yeah, I really want to check out the extras too and see what some of the filmmakers have. Yes, it did suck arse, but I'm a collector. What can I say? Dirk, do you have a Second and Charles near you? I was really pissed because I used to be like super close to one that closed because they raised the rent on them. So now I have to travel a little bit, but I'm within driving distance of a couple. All right. This is also from Wave Productions. These are a little bit more like an actual horror movie, but Female Mercenaries on Zombie Island. This has been out a while from Camp Motion Pictures. Saturn's Core seems to be putting out a good chunk of their stuff. So yeah, I remember these though. I think Shakorama might have also put these out back in the day, and yeah, they're a little more horror oriented. They aren't just the fetish stuff. But that's an acquired taste. I'm not suggesting anybody jump into that. Let's see. Dirk, yeah, we still have one about 20. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I wish it was. Fortunately, it's closer to like 45 for me. All right. Some love for Slayer in the chat. Up next, from VCI, got Mommy 1 and 2 with Patty McCormick. Shout out to Jess Graham. They shot one of these movies like right across the street from him. So he's got some good stories. Cable Channel 11 for that. I think it was the second one maybe that they shot across the street. All right. All right, up next, we've got Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I had a lot of fun. I thought this was actually much better than the first one, which I didn't hate. I mean, I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. It delivered the yucks that I wanted from a Winnie the Pooh slasher movie. Speaking of which, we will have a review for Piglet on our next show, which is not connected to these movies, but they're not the only people who can take advantage of public domain and make them into slasher movies. Corey, a Jim Haggerty Blu-ray box set would be amazing. Not even joking. I would drop $100 on a Jim Haggerty Blu-ray box set from Severin. Like he needs to be discovered by everybody. But check out S'mores and Doors for those. Been gushing about the Jean Rollin Indicator 4Ks. Once again, I'm kind of getting to the end of this cycle because when it doesn't have the Blu-ray, I'm not going to do it. But Rollin, I am going to, much like Argento and Fulci, I'll get all of those on 4K, but not going to be doing that too much more. And the Escapees. These are not top tier for rolling, but nonetheless well worth watching. And oh god, these movies look so good. I haven't watched these two in particular on 4K yet, but check out some of the other shows I did talking about those. They have done such a good job. Let's see. Indy, I like Blood and Honey and didn't realize Piglet was not connected. Yeah, no, this is just another. It's a little confusing because I think one or two of the UK based actors were in one of the Blood and Honeys, but yeah, it's not connected. We'll talk about that movie on Wednesday, I believe. But yeah. They're not going to be the only ones. Isn't there now like 2 or 3 more Mickey Mouse horror movies in development? So you're going to have a lot. Next. Oh, let me reach here. All right. Well, we've got some smut in this pile. So this one, another one maybe for you, Hayden, because how to even explain this movie, but Final Flesh from 2009. Agfa put this out. It's another company that I think I have pretty much everything they've ever put out. And so this movie, it, unlike anything you've ever seen, is a good tagline because that's true. It's from the co-creator of the Wonder Chosen, which so it's it's like a post-nuke movie, and but what they it's hard to explain this one. It really is, but I don't know if I'm spoiling too much by talking about it, but they give like a script to a adult website, kind of like a Wave Productions, but more straight adult film, and have them act out this crazy fucking script without them knowing. And it's very, very different. It's very, very different, but I think it's worth checking out. Hayden, Final Flesh, is that the one CHH was talking about liking? You know what? I didn't see that episode. I don't really see Christian liking this one, but maybe he did. I mean, it is very, very different. They sent out like different parts of the movie to be made by these different fetish companies. It's I'm probably butchering the concept, but it is really interesting and worth checking out. Agfa does a good job of curating a lot of the movies that they do put out. So yeah, if you're adventurous and want something very different, Final Flesh. You may also, like I said, get a kick out of this one if you're a fan of Wave. Right. Another, I did see this on, I think Netflix, maybe, or a streamer during lockdown, but Prospect, got that on 4K with Pedro Pascal. Another one on sale, and totally forgot Sophie Thatcher is also in this one. This was a more expensive 4K, so I hadn't picked it up for the longest time, but finally grabbed it during a sale. More 90s SOV horror. This one I think was made by if I recall, it's a bunch of like guys that were on shore leave. I can't remember if they were Navy or something, but Blood Feast: The Adventures of Sergeant Lunch. So, it was made by a bunch of like military guys, and yeah, it's kind of like an action horror hybrid. This one actually looks like a ton of fun too. There you go. Big Crack Rock. I liked Prospect, a little overhyped though. I mean, yeah, I guess because Pedro Pascal kind of became the it guy, like not too long after he made that, so it raised its prospects. I totally forgot Sophie Thatcher was in it, so I'll have to check it out again. Okay, now here's some very grimy smut from Massacre Video. They put out the Avon triple feature. So if you're unfamiliar, uh, Avon put out some very grimy, more a lot of like sadistic adult films. This has the Last House on the Left knockoff, The Story of Prunella on it, which yeah, it's every bit as nasty as you can imagine. Ron Jeremy's even in it. It also has what were the other ones? Forgive Me for I've Sinned and Pain Mania. But Story of Prunella is the reason that I picked this one up. Again, this is not for everybody. Yeah, there's all kinds of offensive shit in those movies, but I was pleasantly surprised when Massacre Video put it out. Also, some horror smut, and kudos to anybody in the chat who sat down to watch it, but hard gore. So speaking of my tape trading days, this one was very popular. It really was. Hard gore was something that was traded around a lot. It was made in 75, I believe. 74, 75. 75. And it combines one of the earlier examples of combining like horror and erotica. So, little bit, not a whole lot in the way of special features on this one. I'd be shocked after 50 years that you'd find too many people that want to talk about it. But uh, I've said for the longest time, there's it's a weird thing to enjoy, but like the satanic panic element in a lot of these old adult films. I mean, Devil and Miss Jones, obviously, one of the more famous golden era adult titles. There's something about those movies. There just is. And it's, yeah. So, hard gore. If I want to review this, it'll probably have to be on Patreon, but maybe I'll talk Todd into. I feel like Prunella should go into a last tournament on the left entry. I really do. Horror smut is my jam too, Indy. Yes. Well, not recently. Ron's been in trouble for a while. He got canceled for, I mean, it's all allegedly because the thing is he has I want to say dementia or some form of dementia, and I mean he wasn't able to stand trial, but yeah, he kind of went through a cancellation for being I don't remember all the details, handsy at a lot of AVN functions, and also accused of some more I believe some more like assault kind of stuff. So yeah, he was pretty much canceled, but he got sick and never really went to trial. So allegedly, not saying he did or didn't do anything, but let's see. Riley Reed will never be forgotten. Orc is in mourning, and I think so are most of the men of the world, because yes, Riley Reed has left adult film to do stand-up comedy, right? Orc, or podcast. I don't remember. I guess probably both. And yeah, Crack Rock, the load busting got him. Finally did him in. Wow, that would be an embarrassing way to go. Just Kleenexes in the bed next to your dead body. But yeah, or stand up, right? Is that why she left? Or I guess she's a streamer too, kind of doing this Sasha Grey thing. I hate when the girls turn on the industry, though. It's like they retire and then they immediately kind of go on tour shitting on the industry, and it's kind of sad. I don't feel like you have to do that. I don't think Sasha Grey really did too much of that. She just, she was done. Belladonna is a good example, actually, of a starlet that just left the industry. Like she had enough. She just left and did her own thing. She's a mom, and yeah. Let's see. Or couldn't watch the episode. Okay. Yeah, she'd almost have to do some comedy and incorporate the adult film. I mean, it's weird not addressing that as a comedian. Yeah, Sasha Grey said some things. You know, uh it, I mean, again, there's like a dark side, obviously, to the industry and everything, but when you're just shitting on I don't know, this is a more complex discussion. I could be here all day doing. But yeah. Yeah, Sasha Grey makes a lot of money streaming now. Like she's fine. Riley Ree's rap career. Yeah. Some very offensive raps out there from her. All right. Let's see. Where did I leave off? So not definitely not hardcore, but Joe Sarno, one of the uh, godfathers of sexploitation cinema, got this set, which has the bed and how you make it, and nude and charcoal. Got that off of Melusine, which well, fuck, I guess I can do another rant on that one. There's some partial black and white nudity on the back, so I won't show it. But well, first off, Joe Sarno, if you're unfamiliar with who that is, I mean, he was one of the big names along with Doris Wishman, of course, and David F. Friedman, early roughies, sexploitation. He little more cerebral, probably for some people just expecting out and out sleaze. I wouldn't necessarily recommend particularly those, but very, very important to sexploitation cinema. Let's see. So yeah, Melusine. So I talked about this on Wednesday's show. I was really disappointed because I was they have a movie called Hot Summer in the City, another adult film that you can only buy with your points. So I did. You had to have 3,000 points, which, as you can tell, that doesn't take me long to rack that up. And I bought it. Now, I went to their website, which I always do direct. I'm always direct to their websites, Vinegar Syndrome and Melusine. And it prompted me like to purchase essentially Hot Summer in the City. You had to have something else in your cart. And I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. That's fine. There's plenty of other stuff that I want on there. So I put in Passions of Carol, which I'll talk about because that's here somewhere, and checked out. Everything was good. A little weird, I guess, with the prompt because, I mean, I would think, you have 3,000 points, you order it, they send it to you, simple. But I got my package earlier this week and oh, Brian, yeah, that'd be great. I'll hit you up. So I thought like, oh, okay. I get my package and something was kind of clicking in my head. It's like I feel like something's missing. Then I'm like, oh shit, Hot Summer in the City. So I just thought like, okay, maybe it was shipping out separate. for some reason. I mean, maybe they just didn't have it in stock yet, although that's a little weird for Vinegar Syndrome. I go to my email and everything, and I look at my order history, and it said like there was nothing canceled for any reason. It said it shipped out, and I'm like, fuck. Like Vinegar Syndrome is usually, I never get an order from them where they don't have something that I ordered. Like, and I was one of the very first people to get screeners from them. If there was ever even an issue with that, like they took care of it. Like they've always been great. I mean, customer service, especially back in the old days, was you could just go to their Facebook page and they would fix whatever. They were great. So I go through the process. I message them on like Melusine, and that's kind of useless. But I got to the point where I get the email back. I go back and forth with the like an AI chat bot, and it's that frustrating experience where it's just like, oh, your order shipped on X date, and I'm like, yes, I understand. Like it wasn't in there. What do I do? Finally, get a person. And I mean, they weren't like, he wasn't a dick or anything like that. I'm not saying it, but like they were just like, after a lot of back and forth, I finally kind of get an answer, and they said, well, this was ordered through a hacked link that somebody posted online. Now, I still don't fully understand what that means exactly. I mean, I went to their website, so whatever it was, like it wasn't something I clicked elsewhere. I just went to their website, so it would have been their problem, not something I did. And so basically what happened is they subtracted my points off of the other thing that I bought, which was Passions of Carol. And I'm almost at the end of this boring story. I went a little bit of back and forth. You kind of get that impression of like, okay, that's the final word. Not really. That's just it. I guess something that I didn't intend to use my points on, I did, and that's just the end of it. And again, I didn't push it further because I wanted Passions of Carol anyways, and if they were going to make me go through the hassle of returning it, that just wasn't worth it for me anyways. So, I don't know. Like again, not going to war over it. I think at the very least, initially they should have voided out the order, which is fine because then I could just reorder whatever I want. No harm, no foul. But instead, they subtracted it off of something that I didn't otherwise was not going to get at that moment because Passions of Carol wasn't going anywhere. If anything, I'll probably watch that come Christmas and do it for the show. Like I feel like at the very least, if they didn't void out the order, I should get the points back. Like, because it's their fuck up. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go like full Karen about it or anything. I'm still gonna order from Vinegar Syndrome. No, Brian, unfortunately, I will be buying from them again. But yeah, I don't know. The customer service isn't what it was. Because again, if I go to your website and that caused the issue, I feel like I'm entitled to something. Now, again, I didn't push this guy super hard. I didn't go Karen on him or anything. He claimed that there was an email that said that they were canceling it. I couldn't find it, and I'm not saying that they didn't send the email. I just couldn't find it. Maybe it got deleted. I don't know. But like, I don't know. Am I being a Karen? I'll let you be the judge. That's the story in a nutshell. All right. Also from Melusine, this is a Philip Marshak movie from the early 80s. Intimate Lessons. This has Kay Parker in it. Big fan of Kay. Paul Thomas, who came up on our Wednesday show. We talked a little bit about him. He is somebody that I've met, more than a few times. And this is a good one. I won't be showing the back covers, although they don't really have hardcore sex for the most part on the back covers of any of these things. Brian's had no problems. Yeah, again, I'm letting this one go because, to be perfectly honest, if they said you could just send that movie back, I wouldn't have gone through the hassle anyways. So, Indy, is Hot Summer sold out or something now? No. Well, currently I'm like just under 3,000 points. So I'm a little paranoid. I'm like, do I order it again or am I going to have another problem? I definitely won't if it makes me put something else in the cart, because then I'm like, wait, am I going to blow my points on this again? I So I don't really know how to do that. I'm going to have to look into it, or I might just have to write that one off. I don't know. We'll see. They have the Valentine's Day sale coming up, and apparently, and this is actually better than the normal Vinegar Syndrome sale if you're into retro smut. It's going to be half off, if I read it right, everything that came out before November of last, which is a good chunk of their stuff. So if you're looking to buy some retro smut, I recommend you take advantage of Melosine's Valentine's sale. Also, this one from Sean Costello, starring the infamous Jamie Gillis, Midnight Desires. I picked this one up. I don't really remember a whole lot about this if I saw it back in the day. It wasn't one that I had on VHS, but Vanessa Del Rio is in this one. I was never like a huge Vanessa Del Rio fan as far as her adult films, but she is a sweetheart. She is super nice if you ever get a chance to talk to her. She also was in Soul Men with Bernie Mac back in the day. And yeah, never, not that I disliked her movies, but she wasn't just like top tier for me in terms of performers. And but when I got to meet her, I appreciated her even more. And she used to be somebody that was very accessible and easy to talk to online. And yeah, she's really cool. Let's see here. Yeah, Sean Costello usually delivers. So this is Softcore from Makeflix, Tarzina and Super Ninja Doll double feature starring the beautiful Christine Nguyen. And of course, Beverly Lynn is also in these. Yeah, had to pick that up. Vanessa does have some good scenes. All right, stretching to grab some of these. All right. We got another box set. So I was a big fan of the first volume, and I'll be picking up future volumes. I don't know how many they can hammer out, but the All the Haunts BRs Volume 2, which this one was cool. I mean, obviously it's stacked with extras, but it also has, 1 second here. It also has a short story horror collection in it. Ramsey, the legendary Ramsey Campbell, I believe, is on here. If you're a reader, Cassandra Claw, who's kind of a big deal now in the horror literature world, she has a story. Kim Newman, Erica T. Worth, who's another kind of rising star. Some really good authors on here. So I love this that was included, and it's much like Volume 1, gorgeous set. A lot of cool movies on this one. I was also happy to see the documentary Susanna, the Queen of Black Magic, which is fantastic. And I won't run down the whole set, but I'm sure there will be future movies here talked about particularly on Visited by Voices Network. All right. Bear with me a minute. I'm just shifting some stuff. All right. Here's another stack. One of my favorite movies of last year, it did make my top 10, Coffee Table, which the less you know going in about Coffee Table, the better. Not a gore film, but it is going to be upsetting uh, to a lot a lot of people. And yeah, it's all kicked off by a couple buying a coffee table that the husband loves, but the wife kind of nags him about. And whew, my God, I really love this movie. It's like one big panic attack. Indie, well, if Tubi's your only option, I'd say that's great. This is one of those movies though where the commercial breaks would, I don't know, kind of take me out of it a little bit. That's the thing. I don't mind commercials if it's like a cheesy sci-fi channel original that, you know, is kind of meant for that anyways, but something like Hereditary, when you go to a Geico ad in the middle of something like that, man, that would take me out of it. I don't know, but it's good. It's there for people to experience. Oh, Big Crack Rock, waiting on a sale on all the haunts. Yeah, I mean, most of the box sets on Severin don't sell out too fast, so you'll probably be able to get it on sale at some point. Speaking, I don't know if this is sold out officially yet, or it probably has because I know Todd grabbed it when it was down to like 100. But Iced, which we reviewed in one of our slasher tournaments, from Vinegar Syndrome's DeGaser video. If you want the, I don't know if it's just the slipcover or if this is like a sellout. I'd have to double check, but I did pick it up. It's not a great movie or anything, but if it's the Gaser, I guess that's the one you want to jump on fast because they do sell out. And Bleeding Skull put this out. This was actually on Blu-ray before, but this is a 4K Blu-ray double feature of Disembodied, which if you haven't seen this movie, it's from '98, and a really if you're a fan of Frank Henenlotter's movies, Brain Damage in particular, I think you'll like this one. It is different, and yeah, Disembodied. This is another one I would like to review because not a lot of people talk about it. Indy, I loved Iced. Not sure why. It's entertaining. It's got naked Wednesday Addams, so that's probably the biggest highlight. It's I mean, again, it's not good. I would highly recommend Blood Tracks over that, which we reviewed on Wednesday. I think Blood Tracks is the better made movie, but you know what? It's still winter for a lot of people, and even though like here it's been like 70 degrees recently. Uh so check out Iced. Just pair it up with Blood Tracks. Let's see. Orc talking some vintage video games. I used to play StarCraft on N64. Now, Star Fox. My bad. That was one of the big N64 games I played, though. And I have every one of these sets. Double check. Yep, I'm good. Forgotten Jolly, Volume 7. Got all of these, and yeah, I will get every single one that they put out. I think you can still get all but maybe the first couple volumes, which are sold out. Maybe the first 3. Now I'm not sure, but I'm a sucker for obscure Jowlos. I will say throughout these 7 volumes, I feel like there's a lot that they could have put out separate, but yeah. Corey watched A Real Pain. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that one a lot too, Corey. And I know you've actually like been to Poland on the same kind of trip that these guys take. I thought Real Pain was very, very good. It might be the best acting I've ever seen out of Jesse Eisenberg. And he's still kind of just Jesse Eisenberg, but I thought he was good in that. I thought Kieran Culkin was very good as well. And that'll be coming up on our Oscar show for sure. Let's see. Good Time. I assume you're talking the movie, York. Yeah, Good Time is excellent. I think way better than Uncut Gems. I really do. All right. From Mondo. Sorry, covering up titties. This is, well, can I show the back? There's more tits. There's more tits. So these are French films, and it is I Am a Nymphomaniac and I Am Frigid Y from Max Pekis, who a lot of people know for Death Squad. Making sure. Sorry to cover up that much. They're animated titties, so I don't know, but YouTube's weird and I'm paranoid. But I Am a Nymphomaniac and I Am Frigid Y. Some of you probably saw Death Squad. That's actually one. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Dirk, but I was gonna pitch for Dead End Drive-In at some point. I think Death Squad is one that doesn't get talked about a lot, so maybe for a future one, I think that might be good. All right, fantastic movie. I think from William Friedkin from 2006, so almost 20 years old now. Bug. Got that on 4K. Bug is something that I think everybody going in thought they were getting something much different than what it is. But Bug is so fucking good. I love this movie. I used to have actually the poster at my old house, and it kind of just came and went. It's a shame too. I mean, it's William Friedkin. It's maybe not the traditional horror movie that people were expecting. It's certainly not a creature feature, but my God, is it good. Michael Shannon's amazing. Ashley Judd, probably one of, if not the best thing she ever made. And yeah, Bug does not get enough love, and it took forever for this to get a proper release, and I'm glad Kino did it. Let's see. Next. Probably didn't need this on 4K, but what can I say? I did it anyways. Congo. This was supposed to be a huge deal back in 95, and it was anything but. I remember the action movies action figures in Toys R Us back in the day. Yeah, I'm curious to revisit it. Pugs is a big fan of this, so we will definitely be covering Congo on the show at some point, or even having a maybe a watch along of Congo. Cool art with this one. You can kind of see the oh shit, dropping stuff. You can see like the inner art there, which is cool. You got the booklet, which is what fell out there. And let's see, is there more alternate art on this? No, well, same as kind of the outer case there. And are there fans of Congo? Because it's a movie that I remember not being great, but I didn't hate it as a kid. I think going into it, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, this is Jurassic Park with killer apes, and it, didn't quite deliver as that, but yeah, I'm curious to watch it again, much like Fear.com, which I'm not expecting to sit and watch Fear.com and love it. They have a big turnaround on that one. Congo, I might. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there's any defensive Congo out there. Let's see. Talking Punch Out. Wasn't Mike Tyson impossible to beat in that? Wasn't that kind of the gimmick that they set it so you could never win that game? You're actually talking shit that I remember. My God. All right. So we also got from Vinegar Syndrome, Witch Story. I didn't get this initially. Kind of knew it wasn't going anywhere. And also The House Where Death Lives. I'm still like kind of at that point where I have pretty much everything that Vinegar Syndrome has ever put out. And the reason that I'm still able is like certain things that have been like on the verge of just selling out and being gone, which I won't, drop like $200 on something. I've managed to get everything like on sale, like right at that last minute. So I'm pretty sure, minus, maybe 5 or 6 newer things, I have everything they've ever put out. So I'm still a little anal about Vinegar Syndrome. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I need some things to just sell out and me to come to the realization that I'm not going to have it all. Um, I think that might happen through the cinematograph line, which has a lot of stuff I really love and want. I'm definitely going to get Female Perversions and Joys of Sex, but there's a few there like I don't necessarily have to own. So we'll see. That might be the one that breaks the obsession for me. Uh, so yeah. Let's see. Indy, you never saw Congo. That shocks me. I would have figured you would have somehow seen that on TV or just at the theater back in the day. I remember the toys coming out and thinking like, yeah, this is going to be a big thing. And it just wasn't. There was a lot of that back then. I thought the Phantom was going to be huge, and that wasn't either. Although I do love the Phantom. Indie Female Perversions is the one time I thought Tilda Swinton was hot. I'm a big fan of Tilda Swinton. I guess, well, Female Perversions, she wasn't kind of going for it at that time, but she, I mean, she's always kind of played those androgynous type roles. I mean, fuck, she played Bob Dylan of all things. So yeah, like maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but I thought she was very attractive in Female Perversions. The Shadow, yes, Alec Baldwin. I remember seeing that in the theater. Brian, good night. Thanks for staying up this late with us. I'll hit you up on Instagram. Let's see. Yeah, The Shadow I remember liking a lot with Alec Baldwin. The Phantom I really enjoyed. I really thought Billy Zane was again gonna like conquer Hollywood. And he should have. After Demon Knight, he fucking should have. Rocketeer. We're just throwing out a lot of movies from my childhood that I fucking loved, but weren't maybe the smash hits they should have been. I guess Rocketeer was okay though. I think that I don't know, was that like a flop or it doesn't get talked about a lot anymore. Billy Campbell's very good in that. All right. Let's see, where am I at? Here we got a big heavy hitter. One that I know a lot of people picked up, and I was a little later to the game, but the Second Sight release of The Hitcher, which there's lots of videos on this, so I'm not going to show the whole thing, but The Hitcher was one of those big, really, I mean, God, The Hitcher was up there. for stuff that needed a Blu-ray. I mean, it might have been number one in a lot of people's hearts. I mean, Fright Night 2, a lot of people talk about, but Fright Night 2 is no hitcher. I don't necessarily need these big boxes for everything, but for, you know what, for the hitcher, I think this warrants the big whopping set, even for a single movie. I'm cool with that. Let's see. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, more swashbuckling superheroes. Like it was some of those. Some stuff like the Phantom for me holds up quite well against modern superhero movies. Yeah, and just some of those old pulp adventure heroes, you know, the Shadow and everything. I love that shit. I feel like it could make a comeback. I had the Rocketeer figure as well. Jennifer Connelly, yeah, beautiful in that movie. Orc, this release looks so nice. This movie and release are great. It's high on my to buy list. Well worth it, Orc. The Hitcher's great. I assume you've seen The Hitcher before. Hayden, did the stream video go out? No, I am seeing it on my computer and my TV. Nothing's gone out, so I think it was your TV. Orc still has the HBO Snapper disc. Yeah, it was nice to retire that. You know what though? That's a funny one because I do have nostalgia. That's a very early DVD. Right. Indie people hate the Spirit movie, but the female cast was A+. I don't remember hating the Spirit. I remember it having its moments. I mean, of course, I'm older when I saw that one versus the Phantom or the Shadow, but I don't remember that being as bad as people made it out to be. Ben has Rocketeer on Laserdisc. Yeah, never made the cartoon. I could see them maybe remaking that. Let's see. We got a Severin pile here, and I've got, of course, the Umberto Lenzi classic, Eaten Alive. Let's see. Sorry, focus that a little bit better. Umberto Lenzi is the man who really started it all as far as the Italian cannibal genre goes. And that was an easy day one pickup. Also from Ruggiero Deodato. Let's see. We have Making Sure There's No Native Titties. We have The Last Cannibal World. Deodato gets all the credit because, of course, Cannibal Holocaust became so notorious, but it's really Lenzi that started it. And these are beautiful new 4K Blu-ray combo pack editions. And let's see, making sure that we're okay on all of this. So this, I don't know that it's his favorite, and he may chime in later, but I love this movie, and Todd really loves this movie, Slave of the Cannibal God, which has Stacy Keach in it. And yeah, she does have a top on. Let's see. Yeah, this one is really, really good. I mean, you can kind of see the closest thing to a reputable Italian cannibal film on the back. You may not feel like you need the immediate shower as you do after watching Cannibal Ferox, but maybe an easier entry into the Italian cannibal genre, I think. If you want to go really light, you could do Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, but that's really more Indiana Jones than anything. All right. Also, I know I'm not talking about some of these movies in depth because we either have or we will be, but Hell of the Living Dead from Bruno Mattei, which say what you will about this movie, but I think it's entertaining as hell. Bruno Mattei never made an Well, he made plenty of bad movies, but he never made a movie that wasn't entertaining. And you know what? I'd say that's a pretty damn good record. And this, I'm going to say we're definitely reviewing here on the channel at some point because I love it. Rat's Night of Terror. If you haven't experienced Rat's Night of Terror, you need to. I fucking love this movie. I have the t-shirt. I've owned a lot of goofy things from this movie over the years, but yeah, Rat's Night of Terror is a blast. Yeah, Ben, I was about to say fantastic ending on this one. And I don't know, maybe we'll do a Rats theme at some point. Also, this is a from Scooter McCrae, who's made such weird movies like The Shatter Dead and 16 Tongues. Now that's a really weird one. This is his new sci-fi movie that Vinegar Syndrome put out. I believe it's brand new. Was it doing the circuit beforehand? No, I don't believe so. I think this is just from last year. Black-Eyed Susan. Haven't gotten to sit down and watch this yet. This is pretty high on my my list. They also put out a movie that I think I showed on the last collection update called Divinity, which is another weirdo sci-fi movie that I like quite a bit. And yeah, I'm kind of just looking to make the time to sit down and watch it because I haven't yet. I think he's working with a bit more of a budget on this one than he has in the past, so that should be fun. Let's see if I cleared everything on this. All right, last one for that. Well, that shelf that I dragged in for this. Never Let Go with Halle Berry. I like this one. I think we kind of had some mixed opinions on our reviews, but I enjoyed Never Let Go quite a bit. You can check out our review, as always. Got to see that in the theater with Todd and Pugs. Let's see. Well, the one causing all the drama right now, or not the one, but the franchise, Terrifier 3. I grabbed the Steelbook 4K of that. There's plenty of videos, so I won't waste too much time on it. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I forgot Frank Miller did the Spirit Indie. I forgot he actually directed it. Oh, this one had some drama behind it. Frogman. Took them a long time to get this to me, but they did. Had to stare at it. Well, not the special edition, but I had to stare at it at Walmart for like a month and a half before they actually sent me my special edition of it. It comes with a cool little postcard there. If you're a cryptid fanatic, I think this movie is a lot of fun. And it's got the, I'm not going to undo it right now, but the poster. Let's see. The booklet there, Legends of the Frogman. Another postcard. And let's see, make sure I'm not dropping anything. And the inner art there. Yeah, I'm excited for the sequel too, Ben. I'm actually very excited to see it. What up, Squishy? How are you doing? From Hayden's channel, Squishy is a legend. Squishy as Buzz Lightyear, I believe, did some very naughty things with some Indian guys on Napalm and OJ, by the way, which if you're confused and wondering where the Cornelius collection went, he is now Napalm and OJ. So check out his channel and subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, Frogman's a good time. It really is. I always pimp this guy whenever anything cryptid comes up, but Hunter Shea. If you're a reader, check out some of Hunter Shea's books. A lot of them read as just fun B horror movies on just on the page. But he does have one just called Creature by Hunter Shea. That's kind of his masterpiece. That one's a little more serious. He's joked because he's a YouTuber too. He's on Final Guys podcast. He's joked about that kind of being his Citizen Kane, and it's very, very good. So, Creature by Hunter Shea, if you want something a little more serious and hard hitting. But he's done a lot of fun, goofy books like Man Rattin' and a lot of crazy stuff like that. So, I do highly recommend him. All right. So, happy to see this one announced. It's Crack House. This is from 1989, and Fred the Hammer Williamson and Jim Brown's also in this one. Crack House is a lot of fun. It is something that came up. We might do this on Visited by Voices. I know he mentioned this as a possible obscurity report episode, but yeah, Crack House is a lot of fun. I do recommend it. It's another one that kind of got overlooked. I mean, there was no like true like blaxploitation by 1989, but this goes well with all of those Fred Williamson classics and Jim Brown classics. Another one from Terror Vision. This is not the like special edition, but I guess it's the next one down of WNUF Halloween special. The sequel. Now this does look cool. I know at some point we're gonna try and do a show on both of those movies. The director thought we were just playing the first movie like 2 years ago, and he was nice about it. He realized it was a mistake, but he copyright striked it, so we never got to actually record that. But at some point we'll do a WNUF show. We do need to. Ben, the sequel is good. They did another type that is like a newer version with viral videos. Oh, cool. Yeah, Crack House is on YouTube, so you might want to check it out before you buy. But I always liked it. All right, losing my voice here. Really excited to sit down. I mean, I've seen the movie, but when Vinegar Syndrome announced the Terror Knots, I was very excited. I am a sci-fi geek as well as a horror geek, which they also did a great job on the artwork for this. But this is from the 60s, let's see, 67, and it is an Amicus film. And I also, again, if you're into sci-fi, I think this is a cheesy good time. And I can't wait to see it restored. Ben, what happens next will scare you is the viral video one. Yes. But that's not a sequel to WNUF. Let's see. I assume you're not talking about it as a sequel. Let's see. Crack Rock, we're over halfway. We are over halfway. But if you subtract the rants, yeah, I don't think it's been as long. So I love this movie, and it took me a while to buy it, but I do love the movie. Powers Booth, Southern Comfort. If you're a fan of Deliverance, I highly recommend this one. They did another good job. I won't crack open everything because, I mean, this has been out a while. But, yeah, I just... honestly, it's one of those ones I think I just thought I had already bought it and kept forgetting and finally grabbed it. But yeah, Southern Comfort is fantastic, highly recommended. Oh, okay, yeah, same people. Okay, I thought so. I didn't know if there was some tie-in that it was same universe or something. Yeah, you can't beat Walter Hill, Indy. All right. Also, did not like the new one, but I did get the Adult Swim Yule log, which I don't know how well that shows the lenticular cover, but I got the first one. Second one, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of it. I just thought the Hallmark joke kind of ran dry for me. But I'm a much bigger fan of the first Adult Swim Yule log. I thought this one was number one. It was a legit surprise, when it popped up, and I think it's a lot of fun. Extreme Prejudice is fantastic. Yeah. All right. Moving on. This is also from TerrorVision. The Jar, also known as Sharon. Weird movie again, not great, but was looking forward to seeing this one restored. That's also been out a little bit, but I just got around to grabbing it. On another one, Degasser video. Apparently, you just got to grab those quick. But Cannibal the Musical, which is sold out, and you know what? Like, this was one that I have another copy of, and I'm willing to maybe do like some sort of giveaway for that. We'll see, but stay tuned. I have it on eBay right now, but I might, if it doesn't sell soon, I might just do some sort of giveaway for it. But yeah, Cannibal the Musical, of course, from Trey Parker and Matt Stone. It's there was also some controversy with that too, because there's two different versions of it out right now. And yeah, you can see Todd run down that whole thing, but yeah, I love Cannibal the Musical, and they did a great job on this. And I might give one away. Let's see. Since this one's newer, we'll show kind of the booklet, all that good stuff. The inner art, which is really cool. I don't know exactly how I will give it away, but we will see. Maybe it can work something out for full moon. I'll see. But I do have an extra copy, so stay tuned to the channel. I might do something with that. All right. Indy rewatching Lethal Weapon 2 and forgot they were watching Tales from the Crypt when the condom ad came on. Not normal to see ads on HBO. Okay, I don't remember that actually. I have to check that out. Brian, I wanted Cannibal but waited too long. Well, hit me up, Brian. We'll yeah. There is another option with that though, because oh, what's the other company? I'm spacing. Todd's gonna kill me. The other overseas company put it out, and apparently it's just as good, or it's maybe a better release. I don't know. Fuck. They put out Eating Miss Campbell as well, and they're friends of the show, and I feel bad for not knowing the name off the top of my head, but there are other options for Cannibal the Musical. All right. Another movie that I love a lot, and it is Rolling Vengeance. Kino put out the special edition of this one. It stars Don Michael Paul, Ned Beatty's in it. This is, yeah, kind of curious to listen to the commentary on this too. I was very happy they put out a special edition too, because this was out before. Refuse Films. There you go, Ben. Yeah, if you missed out on Cannibal the Musical, you can get the Refuse Films release. Later, Brian. Have a good one. Yeah, that's a good option because I know it has some stuff that the Vinegar Syndrome one doesn't, and vice versa. So, yeah. Yes, Ned Beatty is hilarious in it. Rolling Vengeance is a lot of fun. So, yeah. I might actually close the nights when I'm done and check this out because I'm ahead on my reviews for the week. I got a box set I'm very happy to show off here in a second, but just reviewed this one on the channel, Elevation, with Anthony Mackie and Marina Bakarin. I like this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a kind of a post-apocalyptic alien creature feature. I liked it. I thought a lot of people were kind of harsh on this one because I thought it was a good time. And I love Marina Bakarin, ever since Firefly. So yeah, I really dug this one. If you're a fan of there's a lot of similar movies like Quiet Place with this sort of concept, but I don't know. I had a good time. This was just a good old-fashioned fun monster movie, and I recommend checking it out. Oh, Big Crack Rock says it's still on Vinegar Syndrome, just no slipcover. So, all right. So you still have options. It's not like you can't get Cannibal the Musical, but yeah. Ben, she was fucking smoking in the V remake. I mean, everybody knows her from something, whether it's Deadpool's girlfriend or Firefly or whatever. But yeah, she's hot as fuck, and she still is. All right, everybody's seen this one, but The Substance, which, speaking of body horror, I have a more realistic body horror movie to show off next. But yeah, grab that. Grab the 4K Blu-ray of this one. Oh, sorry. I will tell you, if you're a Temu shopper, and you collect like the metal signs, which I've been doing my bathroom up in like nothing but Temu metal signs from different movies. There's some really cool ones for The Substance. In fact, I just ordered one that's kind of has Demi Moore's character looking into like a mirror, and it's I don't want to spoil it, but kind of the end of the movie and some of the effects from that, let's just say. And there's a few others too. So if you're a Substance fan, check Temu. There's some really good metal signs to be had. Let's see. Speaking of Temu, I know there was that like blockage of packages, but I think that's all resolved now. So I was a little bit worried. I actually placed a bigger order because I was like, fuck, I don't want the trade war to to kill my knockoff metal signs from Temu. All right, so speaking of body horror, from Unearthed Films, which also shout out Stephen Byro, doing the Lord's work, putting out a lot of particularly extreme horror. Well, not even just that. I mean, he put out Full Body Massage and some great movies like that as well. So it's not just extreme horror. But this is from Brett Leonard, the director of Lawnmower Man, Feed. And if you're unfamiliar with this movie, very different from him. In fact, I remember picking it up back in the day and being like, well, goddamn, this isn't what I expected from the director of Lawnmower Man and Virtuosity. It's centered around an actual fetish where like dudes essentially like to almost feed women until they bust. Not not like a BBW thing, but like as huge as we can make these girls. I mean, it's Yeah, feeders and gainers, I believe, are the term for it. Very disturbing kind of crime thriller. And yeah, has anybody seen this? It's really fucked up. Feed. It's on well, it was 2 days ago when I bought it on Amazon, because I know this one started off a little bit more expensive. Um, but yeah, particularly like the first 15 minutes of this when you kind of see the kind of how that fetish and subculture works. Like it's yeah, it's really fucking gross. So if you really want a body horror double that up with the substance. This one's more grounded because I mean, again, it's an actual thing. So, all right. And this is the box set I wanted to talk about, which I'm fucking dying to dive into this. It is the Golden Harvest Volume 1 Supernatural Shockers set, which this is a line they're putting out a lot of the Golden Harvest stuff, but this is specifically a Category 3 set, which has Sex and Zen, all the erotic ghost story trilogy, Doctor Vampire, and Robotrix. So a lot of erotic horror and erotic films in general. And uh yeah, it's not going to be all, though. I know the second volume is, I think, mostly just martial arts stuff, but yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any. No, there's not. There's the back cover. But yeah, this is a beautiful set. Still haven't been able to dive in yet. I think there's audio commentaries on each film. There's some new interviews, which is impressive. I mean, all of these movies are from like the very early 90s, so I wasn't uh necessarily even expecting the audio commentaries, but I'm really excited. I don't know who moderates some of the audio commentaries, so that should be interesting. Um, yeah, there's a lot of people discovering Cat 3 for the first time, which is really cool. Oh, you got to see Robotrix 35 millimeter print. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, I saw. I'm trying to think Cat 3 as far as stuff I got to see on the big screen. There was something that I got to see ages ago, and I think I had to like join it in progress at a film festival like 20 something years ago, but for the most part I haven't gotten to see a lot of that on the big screen, which kind of sucks. I would love to see Ebola Syndrome toured. Like that would be fucking amazing just to see like any normies that might go in to see that movie. Jesus Christ, that would be hilarious. All right. Here is the most recent VHS movie, VHS Beyond. I just got that this last week on Blu-ray. I'd have to go back and double check, but a lot of these Shutter Blu-rays, I mean, they don't have much in the way of special features, which is fine because they're cheaper anyways. But this has got well, at least again for a Shutter Blu-ray, a decent amount of special features on it. So yeah, VHS Beyond. Chris, good night. Going to bed. All right, that's awesome. You get to fall asleep to my ranting and raving. Yeah, I enjoyed VHS Beyond. I love the Stork story. Also, from Shutter, but specifically from Vinegar Syndrome, we got I got it upside down. The found footage phenomenon documentary. This was really good. And I like that they actually focused on some stuff like The Last Broadcast and different found footage movies that don't get talked about enough. I thought this was actually a very well put together and researched documentary. There you go. One I'll actually watch again. Hayden's got to go to bed. It's a Friday night. You're all getting fucking old. There you go. Yeah, just leave it running. You can hear me still. Orc, you managed to outlast a lot of people, and I thought you said you were going to sleep through me tonight. All right, so I'm hoping for a show very, very soon on this. Todd is a mega fan, and I love this movie as well. Ken Russell's Horror, which was just put out through Kino Cult. Hayden, another one I think you would really enjoy. I'm going to be sitting down to watch this shortly. Todd will have a big nerd comparison of all the editions of this because I won't spoil it, but there's a lot to this movie. And this is the NC-17 edition. Let's see. Later, Hayden. And yeah, Kino's like another one of those companies. Everybody complains about prices, but number one, it's like on sale for half the year. So you're always getting, and even if you buy it on street, I mean, maybe $20. Like most of their stuff is pretty reasonably priced. Yeah, Horror is a really good movie. And we're probably going to cover both, even though Horror 2 it wasn't intended to be Horror 2. It's just, about prostitution. So there's some carryover. We'll talk about that too. But yeah, Teresa Russell, man, like she doesn't get her flowers. She's fantastic. A lot of people remember her from later in the 90s, Wild Things. And yeah, a lot of good movies. Eureka, like she did a lot of good stuff, but kind of just faded out. One of those great actresses that faded out, sadly. Also, I love this one, Azrael, which you can also watch on Shudder right now. I love the world in this. Definitely maybe my favorite action-based horror movie of the last year. I just thought they did such a great job. Also very similar to Quiet Place, which for me, I think actually this is better than any of the Quiet Place movies. I'm a big fan of this one and highly recommend it. Yeah, Teresa Russell. Yeah, she's beautiful. She did a Chiller, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't get to meet her, which sucks. It was one of those cases where I spent a little too much on other stuff and I never got to her. I believe it was Chiller. I think it probably would have had to have been, but hopefully I can catch her at another con at some point. All right. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. I'll pick it up. It's Werewolves. We just reviewed it. I thought this was a lot of fun. Another movie I thought a lot of people were kind of harsh on because, I mean, it's an unashamed B movie, but my God, do I wish we had more of this. Practical, man in the suit, werewolves, kick-ass, old school throwback hero in Frank Grillo. I thought Werewolves was a ton of fun. I'd love to see a sequel. I don't know that it necessarily did the business that's going to warrant it, but yeah, Werewolves is a blast. Didn't make my top 10, but another one of the most surprising movies of 2024 for me. A lot better than Wolfman Indy, although Wolfman's a different thing. I mean, different type of movie. I don't think Wolfman was as awful. Wolfman, I think, disappoints people more because it's called Wolfman. I think it's a pretty decent movie if you take away that title. I don't think the reaction would be as strong, but yeah. But this one is Invisible Raptor. Another one we reviewed recently. This movie is fun. I mean, again, with a lot of these sort of cheesy creature feature concepts, you just never know. You're rolling the dice on whether they even are attempting to make an entertaining movie. This this is a really fucking entertaining movie. We covered it. Great gore. All the jokes landed for me. I thought this one was a gem. And everybody agreed. I think all four of us gave this really high marks. So and there's some funny gimmicks too. Like you can buy like merch from Invisible Raptor. I think they have a website and everything. I feel like a lot of people are going to sleep on this one, but it's really better than what you're thinking. And if you want your dinosaur fix, I think that the gimmick works better than you'd expect to. I didn't think Kruger would like it because I was like, I don't know how he's going to feel about it being invisible. But Kruger loved it too. So, all right. Also from Kino, the classic Ghost, classic Ghost 70s Gothic TV set. You can see Susan Sarandon there. Yeah, I didn't get to watch it in time for Halloween. I've just had so many reviews recently. But yeah, it's a series of like teleplays. They were shot on videotape, kind of in the style of daytime dramas, and this one kind of came out of nowhere. Another one doesn't get a lot of fanfare, but this is the kind of stuff I love seeing come to Blu-ray. We just did this Wednesday, so Blood Tracks, you can see us show that off there. Also, Ghost Dance, just reviewed it, so go check out Wednesday's review on those. Let's see, another Cat 3 classic, Corpse Mania, which is kind of a Cat 3 Giallo. Did a good job on the cover art on this one. And same on the front there. Corpse Mania is very, very good. Again, not all Cat 3 is exactly the same or anything, but yeah, this is from director Chi Hung Kwei. He did The Boxer's Omen, which is a heavy hitter for me. I've marked out for that one on Region Free and our channel and pretty much everything I've been on for the last 16 years. But this Corpse Mania is also very good and good to double up with Boxer's Omen. Look up the trailer for Boxer's Omen if you're a connoisseur of weird, crazy cinema. I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit. All right, chugging along here. Also, Cat 3. I might have shown this off on the last collection update, it feels like, so it might be a mistake, but a Chinese torture chamber story 1 and 2 from Vinegar Syndrome. More notorious Cat 3 titles, and very heavy on the erotic side for these, and highly recommended. We'll have some more Cat 3 shows coming up shortly. I just got my replacement disc for this one, Looking for Mr. Goodbar, which is a great movie. Not a horror movie, but yeah, I haven't seen anybody do any videos on this really, so who knows? Maybe we even get something going for this. All right. 2:30 in the morning here, so all of you late nighters, I appreciate it. Let's see. Also from Cinematograph, which I got on the very last Vinegar Syndrome sale. This is from director Jonathan Demme, starring the great Roy Scheider, Last Embrace. Really good movie. Another one I haven't seen in several years, but it's a movie that I enjoy quite a bit. Glad I got it on sale. Yeah. Goodbar is great. Yeah, it is worth the upgrade, I think, too. So, Orc, am I beating out the IRL streamers tonight? I'm glad you chose me, Orc. You could be watching Sasha Grey, and instead, you went with the beefy guy, and I appreciate it. Oh boy. Now this movie is amazing. Stir of Echoes, an adaptation of the great Richard Matheson's story. And this is the new 4K. It's a steelbook. It's got the slip on it. And well, there, as you can see. Stir of Echoes is amazing. Now this came out it came out right around at the same time as Sixth Sense. And of course, that swallowed up all the air, unfortunately. This is, in my opinion, way better. They did a great job on Stir of Echoes. The director, David Cope, and Kevin Bacon reunited on another horror movie that we covered a year or two ago that was fucking ass, unfortunately. But Stir of Echoes is a classic. Amazing movie from 1999. And I was happy to get this edition. I don't buy all the steel books or anything, but check that out. Great movie. Orc multitasking tonight. Well, I appreciate that I'm one of the people you're multitasking with. Cliff, yes. Do you guys like the super late streams, or would you? Because I talked to Todd about it, because I could have gone live earlier today, but I was like, I know there's a lot of people that kind of miss the middle of the night streams, and now that Hayden is back and as Napalm and OJ, you get some of that. But I was like, I could go earlier because I know these shows go long. But okay, now this one, I was so happy because it didn't even get a DVD, and I was like, motherfucker, I cannot believe that this is not going to be on physical media. But Saloon. Now this is another Shudder original. This movie is so unique. It was, I guess, well, not last year. I think the year before or the year before that. I don't know if it was 02 or 03, but yeah, this film is fucking fantastic. It's I'm trying to remember the country, which is awful because I should know that off the top of my head, but it's doesn't actually even tell me, unfortunately, but Senegal. And Cliff, this is one for you too, actually. I think you'd love Saloon. It's a kind of action horror thriller. There's some Tarantino elements in there. Most unique actors that I've seen in a movie. I'd love to see more from this filmmaker, because yeah, this is one of the definition of a gem. It just came out of nowhere, and I really love this. And if any of you haven't seen it, I think this one's worth picking up. Not sure what the situation is right now. I know the Shudder slips tend to sell out pretty quick, so if you want that, you might want to get on it. So I did have this on Code Red Blu-ray, but I love the cheerleader films, and this is Cheerleaders Wild Weekend with Christine DeBelle, and of course she of Meatballs fame. So I got the new MVD release of it. Well worth an upgrade. I love classic sex comedies, and that was an easy pickup. And yeah, of course, Christine DeBelle, also Alice in Wonderland. Not that Alice in Wonderland, but you smut fans know what I'm talking about. Ben watching from work. All right. Another one that I know we're going to have a show on soon, so I won't say too much about it, but we got from Jess Franco, Thong Girls. I believe we're going to be doing this one with The Sex is Crazy. Jess Franco double for Flesh Wound After Dark. I guess this has been kind of a Scream Factory light update, but I did get Hush, which wasn't out before. I got the new 4K of that. Of course, this is Mike Flanagan film before he became the go-to guy for everything. Really good movie, and very happy to see this on 4K. Oh, Orc's a fan of Hush. Are there any actual thongs? Good question. Yes, I believe so. Actually, probably just a lot of bare ass than thongs, though. Let's see. Yeah, MVD when they do have a sale, that's when you get stuff really cheap. I'm kind of at the point where I've gotten a lot of what I need from them, and it's also not just MVD. It's Wild Eye releasing, and there's a lot of other stuff on that site. Yeah, Ben, there's a lot of Netflix stuff. I'd like to see Cargo, the zombie film, get like a proper release. And I'd especially like to see let me see, what are some other ones? Bright is a weird one that doesn't have anything. I just think being Netflix at this point, they just probably don't give a shit. But The Perfection, now that would be my number one to see a physical of from Netflix. But it's kind of tough. Fear Street trilogy, yeah, I was more a fan of one volume of that than the rest, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't. I'd rather Thong Girls come true, Orc, than Hush. Or Whore. I'd be happy with that too. If I'm gonna live a movie. All right. So I love these sets from Agfa. This is the Bloodorama Triple Frightmare 2. Yeah. This one has let's see, what does this one have? Love Goddesses of Blood Island, Follow That Skirt, which is also known as Mondo Weirdo, and The Undertaker and His Pals. So yeah, I love the first volume. Looking forward to diving into this as well. And Agfa's another company that always does a great job. The Undertaker and His Pals, and now this is actually kind of a cool special feature if you're not Pugs, has a commentary by Patton Oswalt of all people. So that's kind of funny. And you can also watch this in drive-in mode. I love that as well. I was really sad to see the Something Weird site finally shut down. Fuck yeah, Orc. What you'd much rather live Fawn Girls too. All right. So this is based on a true story. Another one I feel like we might cover maybe with Feed at some point soon. Village of Doom from Unearthed Classics. And yeah, this is based on the Suyama massacre. And it was this massive killing spree in the 30s. And if you're familiar with the story, this is a very ugly, very grim, dark movie. And I think we'll do it with Feed. Maybe we'll do it with just an Asian horror show at some point. Yeah, something weird. Like, I remember back in the day, they'd always have that small section in Borders, the bookstore, of all the Something Weird releases. And God, I discovered so much cool shit. I mean, Mike Vraney and his wife, well, Mike Vraney's passed, but his widow, Lisa Petrucci, they're responsible for so much shit that just would have been gone. If you're not familiar with the Something Weird story, I recommend diving into it. Some of it's covered in the That's Sexploitation documentary, which I put over a lot. Even if these movies aren't for you, I think it's a really interesting doc and gives you a good, a really good overview of the history of sexploitation cinema. Another fantastic movie, and this is from Radiance, Dogra Magra, which has been compared a lot to Shutter Island. A little different, but this is from the late 90s, 97, I believe. And really happy to see this. It's a fantastic movie, and there's a lot of Asian horror that still needs proper Blu-rays out here. A good deal. I mean, the Tartan Asia Extreme DVD line, most of that's still not out, but I've noticed a lot of sets and different things. Like, we're slowly starting to see more of it. So I want my Tale of Two Sisters Blu-ray or 4K soon, hopefully. Also from Arrow, I got the new Blu-ray release of Rampo Noir, which is an anthology, and I really love this. It's based on Edogawa Rampo, and he if you're familiar with Horrors of Malformed Demand or Blind Beast, those are probably some of his more well-known titles, but these are all kind of in the spirit of his films, and Rampo Noir is great. Love this. Another one, again, good sign that we're getting some of these Japanese and Thai and Korean films on Blu-ray. I referenced this earlier. This is a Max Peckus film, Death Squad, which is a pretty strong candidate for Dead End Drive-In. I feel like maybe we'll tackle this at some point. But yeah, this is fucking intense. Peckus is kind of known for a lot of his sort of softcore stuff, but Death Squad's a lot of fun, and yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let's see. Drew, what's up? How are you doing? You're 3 hours late. Yes. I'm nearing the end. I think it'll come in under 4 hours, depending how long I hang with Todd. But yeah. Also got from Kevin Smith the 4:30 movie on Blu-ray. I love this one a lot. When Kevin Smith does what he knows, it works. I don't want to see any more yoga hosers from him. Just stick with what you know, and you usually hit a home run. All right, let's see here. So this is another one. Bleeding Skull put it out. It's a another found footage horror movie. I don't remember it being fantastic, but I know there's a lot of fans of it. In Memoriam, which I'm kind of curious to revisit it. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 20 years old or so now. Let's see. Maybe it's not that. Oh no, it is 2005. But yeah, it came out before Paranormal Activity. I think they talk about it on Found Footage Phenomenon. But yeah, something I'm kind of eager to revisit and see where I land on it now. Right. So, this has been out a while. I'm a big Samantha Morton fan, and she was the leader of the Whisperers on Walking Dead, one of the big villains. But this is Morvern Caller. This is like one of her big breakout movies, and it's based on a very famous book. And it's a drama, not a horror movie. But another one that you might be a fan of, Hayden, if you're still sitting in bed listening. Oh boy. I'm losing my voice too. So sorry if I have to take a lot of drink breaks. I thought this movie was funny as shit. Drive Away Dolls. I think being that it came from Ethan Cohen, people maybe had very specific expectations from it, but it made me laugh. I thought Margaret Qualley was hilarious in this movie. And yeah, it's kind of been a Mr. Skin classic year for her between Drive Away Dolls, Kinds of Kindness, and The Substance. I don't know, and God, it's out in less than a month. It's next month. She's starring in the Mildred Burke biopic. I just saw the trailer at uh, one of the movies I saw in the last week or two, but it looks actually like a lot of fun. She's somebody I don't like think Mildred Burke when I look at her, but she looks like she pulls it off pretty well. And that will 100% review since it's wrestling oriented. Let's see. This is another one. Random, like super cheap Amazon sale. But did anybody watch The Act, which was a limited series? I don't remember what it aired on initially, but this is about Gypsy Blanchard or Gypsy Rose. Really fucked up case. Patricia Arquette's the mom in this one. Todd's a big fan of this too, but caught it like unusually cheap and picked it up. Let's see. This is an early Adam Agoyan film. Speaking parts. This also has let's see. No, I don't know that this had a previous Blu-ray, but it stars Michael McManus, which if you're a fan of Lex like me, that's one of my favorite all-time like sci-fi cult shows. Lex with 2 X's. Weird, and man, am I a big fan of that. Indie Dolls was okay. I had a good time seeing Kinds of Kindness last summer. So, some old folks walked out. Yes, I can definitely see that one having some walkouts. But a lot of times I look at that and I'll see somebody come in and I'm just like, what the fuck did you think you were seeing? I mean, did you just go in totally blind and expect this to be like a more conventional movie? Like, I don't know. I don't know what you were hoping for. I mean, if you're going in for Willem Dafoe, obviously, you know, he makes a lot of strange movies. So, yeah. I don't know if there was any walkouts, though, in my screening, because I don't think there was a lot of people there. Oh, this is a great doc At the Video Store, which we did review. So you can go check out that review on one of our Wednesday shows. Indy the Adjuster is a decent early. Yes, a Goyan flick with Elias Codius. Yeah, that's been a while, but I do remember liking that a lot. Let's see. All right, moving on. Nobody has fucking heard of this, but it's a great movie. Interrogation. It's a Polish movie, and it was on sale through Vinegar Syndrome. And well, I'll let you look into it. Like I said, I know this is one of those ones that I'm probably boring people with because they've never seen it, but it's a good political drama thriller from Poland. Orc, you'll love At the Video Store. There's a lot of similar documentaries out right now, but I think that's one of the best ones. Let's see. We've got one pile left. It's a big pile, but one pile left. From Shudder and Vinegar Syndrome's website, Influencer. I grabbed that, which you can go out and check out our review on it. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. It was on a lot of top 10 lists a couple years ago, I think. I'm kind of glad that that the Shudder line is going back to some stuff that they put out a while ago. There's still I'm hoping to God Moloch is one. It technically got a DVD, but it was like a DVD-R, so I'm hoping, because I'm getting the vibe like if it came out on DVD, there's a lesser chance, but I'm still holding out hope that Moloch comes out and gets a proper Blu-ray release. Yeah, kinds of kindness. I guess I see a lot of old people go to movies in general. There's been some really odd ones where I'll see somebody coming in a walker, and I'm thinking like, I cannot imagine, unless you're just a really cool grandpa, that you're gonna get anything out of this weirdo art movie that I'm seeing. All right, so this isn't really a horror movie; it's more of a thriller. But Killing Bobby Green from Saturn's Core. I don't know a whole lot about this one. I know it was 90s, and it's kind of like a more of a crime film, which is maybe a little bit hard to pull off on a SOV budget from the 90s. Another one. So I haven't watched this one yet. I've heard some interesting things, but Lily Gladstone was in this. Quantum Cowboys. I know David Arquette's also in the cast, and Alex Cox. And I think those are the big names. But yeah, kind of a art house sci-fi western mashup. Lily Gladstone, of course. A lot of people think got robbed for the Oscar last year, and I think she shot that shortly before. All right, so because I'm losing my voice, I'm going to speed through some of this. But from Vinegar Syndrome, another Trauma favorite. They Call Me Macho Woman. Pretty cool art on that. Not the best Trauma movie, but I don't know where Todd falls on They Call Me Macho Woman. Also, from Yellow Veil Pictures, we have Monument. I don't know if we reviewed this. I don't think we did, but kind of an art house horror. If there's any fans of that one, let me know. Cliff Booth, I know you're a fan of Five Card Stud. Dean Martin and Robert Mitchum. Good Western that they put out, and that was another one that I got on this last sale. Almost there. I think I might have a little more than 5 minutes, but I'm gonna let Todd know that we are gonna probably be wrapping up here shortly if he wants to pop in. Let's see. All right, there we go. Todd has been messaged, so hopefully he'll come back on. Also from these are not hardcore films, but they are early sexploitation films. Blonde on a Bum Trip. Let me make sure. I think I'm okay. A little bit. Blonde on a Bum Trip. Can check that one out. New York based exploitation film, and I thought there was a bonus film on here. Let's see. No, actually, I guess not. I thought this was a double feature for some reason, but yeah. I should be, honestly, I think I'll be pretty caught up on Melusine after the Valentine's sale. I referenced this one earlier. We've got Passions of Carol, which is not what I intended to use my points on, but that's how it ended up being. This is one of the early adult parodies of, not parodies really, but of Christmas Story. Let me see here. from Sean Costello, and there's the inner art there. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, it's not really worth me returning it, even if, because that's probably what would happen if I pushed the issue with Vinegar Syndrome. But yeah, Passions of Carol. Still excited to watch this. I probably won't pop it in until Christmas because I figure that'll be a good Christmas video on the channel. Also, I believe Todd's a fan of these from Saturn's Core. We've got Jacker and Jacker 2 Descent to Hell. And, well, looking much more low budget in SOV, we've got the inner art for those as well. Let's see. Finally picked up the Ed Wood. This is also AGFA / Something Weird Video, The Violent Years from 56. And kind of, I wouldn't say I'm like a big Ed Wood fan necessarily, but I kind of have that connection to him because I did the movie with Conrad Brooks and heard a lot of different crazy Ed Wood stories from him. The movie is not great, as you would expect from Conrad. The stuff that he made himself is next level bad. So, but it was a fun experience. It was technically part of it was called Zombie on the Loose, but initially it was called Gypsy Vampire Zombie on the Loose. And at one point I was supposed to have like an actual role in it. It's just a stupid little cameo. Well, yeah, basically a stupid little cameo that makes no sense. But I spent several months hanging out with Conrad and hearing a lot of great Ed Wood stories. So it was worth it in some ways, even though it didn't feel like it at the time. So rest in peace, Conrad Brooks. Let's see. I've got some funny Conrad stories for Patreon at some point. This is also the other Ed Wood film that I got on the sale. Take It Out and Trade. I need to get the Hardwood, which is some of his XXX films from Severin. I haven't picked that up yet. But it's been a little cheaper on Amazon, so I think I might grab it there. Also, we got the Intrepidos Punks and Vengeance of the Punks double feature. These are Mexican biker exploitation films, and God, really good art on this. And I was actually very happy to see how much the other guys loved Hell's Trap on the last show. Yeah. So who knows? I might even see a review of this at some point. Let's see. Indy, I like the chicks in that ice cream flick with Conrad Brooks. Bad but good. The Jan Gell movies, whoa, those are rough. But you get to see like a very large, obese man wrestle with a rubber snake that you would buy at Toys R Us in that movie, which is quite a sight to behold. And there's that artwork again. Yeah, work. This is this is very, very cool art. And I believe you can still get the slipcover on that one as well. Let's see. Also, from AGFA, and I'm gonna push to review this one. Satan War. Also saving some of the cooler art for last, I guess. Yeah, this was very, very obscure. It's a Texas regional horror film. Yeah, if you're into the Satanic Panic era, this is worth a look. Let's see. Up next, we have a genuine classic, Deranged. Deranged is amazing, so you should definitely get this. Keep an eye out. I don't think it's going anywhere, but Deranged does not get talked about enough because this movie is a 5-star classic. And we get it on 4K now. Well worth upgrading the Kino disc. Oh, so always run out of steam at the 3-hour mark. This I think was starting to maybe sell out a little bit. So a lot of you know the name if you're a fan of retro adult films, Henry Picard. And this is the Ron Sullivan early years, his alter ego. And it has In Lust Weekend and The Bizarre Ones and Scorpio 70. And yeah, I think this is one. I think Michael Keane, I saw a stream. His new channel, I think, is the Manatee Party. That this might be starting to sell out. So I grabbed it. I want to try and own all of that. I just have to decide if I'm going to risk the points thing again on that on that one on Hot Summer in the City. All right. So I took a lot of shit from Todd because we did review this. I think it might be pre-YouTube, although it might be early YouTube. It's not a horror movie, although it aired on Shudder. Dogs Don't Wear Pants.
I'm glad you admit it's not a horror movie because you wouldn't give me that last time, motherfucker. And yes, fuck that movie.
It's a great movie, Todd. It's a great movie.
Yeah, let me know when you're done. I'll be back.
Oh shit. Like can't even hang out with me for a few more minutes. Well, I'm done with Dogs Don't Wear Pants.
That just makes you take longer when I do that. So I'll be back when you're done.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, we got like about 10 more movies, 10 or 12 more movies left. So I'll go through them. This just came out, The Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal. Also can't wait to dive into this. And speaking of just killer artwork, holy shit, that's cool. And well, I guess since there's not a ton of videos on it, I'll show the booklet there. And oh, the inner art is a little bit different too, so I'll show that off. 2 great movies, and yeah, this is why Vinegar Syndrome still gets a lot of my money, even though they fuck me out of points when it's I won't rehash the beef. All right. This is one that did get a lot of awards during awards season like 8 years ago or so. Elle with Isabel Huppert. Not a movie that gets talked about a lot. It's really, really good. Kind of a well, Paul Verhoeven is the director, which is what I should have led with, but I know it was it got some Golden Globe love, and I feel like I thought it had some Oscar nomination. I thought maybe Huppert. No, maybe she didn't, but she was nominated for the Golden Globe. Yeah, it's kind of a struggle, snuggle, revenge movie that doesn't get enough love. Let's see, we're at the very, very end. We've got Snowtown or Snowtown Murders, which came out from IFC back in the day and might look a little more familiar there. And it's a true crime story that was based, I believe, unless my mind's playing tricks on me, I believe it was an actual case in Australia in the 90s. You might have to correct me on that one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this was a actual case. Orc, you'll have to check it out. All right. Let's see. Well, I put this one over to the moon, but Red Rooms. We all loved it. This movie's amazing, and you can watch it on Shudder now. Near the top, the tippy top of my top 10 for 2024. This movie's just chilling. I mean, it's made so well. And such an interesting lead character. Okay, it is a true story, Ben. It's getting late, and I can't even my brain's not working anymore. But it is a very good movie. All right. Also, Hotel, which I'm trying to remember what sub-label this was. Kind of more of a... film movement. Yeah. Austrian horror film. It's quite good. A little bit, maybe more art house, but I really like this one. Good psychological horror movie. And, all right. Also got Trick or Treat on 4K. Probably one of the last Arrow 4Ks at this point. That if they're not going to include the Blu-ray, but I kept my Blu-ray for this, so it's all good. Beazle, which is a Dread movie that I enjoyed. Grab that on Blu-ray. So this had an initial Blu-ray release that they kind of botched it. Like, I think all of them were glitchy, and so basically I didn't watch the movie when it first came out, but they finally corrected it, and it's Hanukkah, which Sid Haig, like right at the very end, had shot this. He looks really sick in this movie, and it's kind of sad, but yes. Also, a movie I'm a big fan of, Murder Party, which is also a favorite of Lorne over on Visited by Voices Network. This is, again, the kind of stuff from the 2000s, and it may look a little more familiar under that artwork. This is a really quirky, fun horror comedy. Let's see. Ben's a fan of Beazle. Yeah, it was on, like, it was kind of a dark horse on a lot of people's videos for some of the best stuff. It wasn't a top 10 for me, but one of the more underseen movies. It definitely slipped under a lot of people's radars. And let's see, last but not least, we'll close with the box set from Arrow Video, a Blu-ray box set, the J-Horror Rising set, which I'm like way behind on some of these box sets, but this has Shikoku, Isola, Multiple Personality Girl, Inugami, St. John's Wort, which is not great, but Carved the Slit-Mouthed Woman, which I like, Persona, and Noroi the Curse. Looking for more of these. In fact, I like them coming out on these box sets because it's still cheaper than buying separate editions. And yeah. So Todd, that was the main event.
I saw
Arrow Video main
event. You always tell me a little more than 5 minutes. It's closer to 20 minutes, but whatever.
But under 4 hours.
I don't give a shit how long you go, but I'm still sitting here waiting for you to wrap. You got like 12 more movies after I've been sitting here for 10 minutes.
My bad, Todd.
My
voice is like almost gone because I've had sinus shit.
That's what you get. God
if I didn't sound as enthusiastic the last half hour, that's just because my voice is going. There were a lot of great movies shown in the last half hour, but yeah, Noroy's great. Ben, yeah, I carved too. Those are two of the highlight ones on there. Orc, Murder Party. Oh, very cool. I like that one a lot.
Isn't that your second Hanukkah disc?
Yeah, because you remember they put it out and they botched it, and
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, that's
Check and make sure it works. That's what I was gonna say.
yeah, I believe they pulled all the ones they did. I did my
Okay.
research on it before ordering it, luckily.
Good.
So yes, 3.5 hours. Even though it's a lot of movies, I know my stacks were higher on the last one. So yes. Yes. Smaller stacks, Tad. Um ugh. So we hope you guys liked this stream. I hope you, again, if you like it late night, that's great. I can do it earlier if you guys would prefer. Oh, Indy, yeah. Walmart buying Monroeville Mall. I hope to fucking God that's not.
Now I know that, but did anyone actually click it? This articles because it could just be like my mall. They bought a space in the mall because my mall got bought, but they bought like Walmart took a location basically. I don't know if they bought the whole mall. I don't think that would make any kind of sense for Walmart to have a fucking mall sized Walmart. So they probably just bought where the old Sears was or some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I said. Did anyone click the article?
I haven't done my research on it, but I have heard that.
Yeah, but I want to say it's a clickbait article. Like that's why I said, did anyone actually click it and read it?
I'll have to check. I've been a little bit out of the loop this last week, so I'll have to double check. But yeah, I mean, is it a case where maybe it's like property and they're going to be like moving next door?
No, they probably just rented out one of the old spaces. Like mine bought the old fucking. I can't even remember what was fucking there.
I don't see Walmart in a mall though. Very,
Yeah, I all the Walmarts here in the fucking malls. The one my
That's
Walmart's
not
in
as
a
big
mall.
of a thing out here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I bet you that's all it is.
Now, when you say in a mall, are you talking about like I'm going into like an old school mall and Walmart is just
Okay.
in there? Let's see. Walmart buys Pittsburgh area mall for $34 million in the first major purchase of its kind for the company. The retailer tapped the Texas firm to lead the redevelopment of the 1.2 million square foot property. Ugh, that fucking sucks. All I can say, I mean, like, I know it sounds weird to say, and I'm not being funny. Like, it is kind of like holy ground for me. Like, if you're gonna, at the very least, preserve like a little space for Romero, maybe have the statue. I know Walmart's not gonna fucking do this. They could give two shits, but that is very, very sad. It really is. But
It's not unexpected though. I'm honestly surprised the mall's still standing at this point.
did you never got to visit it, right?
No.
I mean, it's one of those like smaller malls that just
Well, I mean, like just here, the fucking the Back to the Future mall. I can't think of the name of it right now. That fucking hundreds of movies just got bought and is closed now and gonna get demolished.
Yeah, that sucks too.
Yeah,
I mean, hurts more.
I know, I get it, but I mean, there's a lot more movie history at that mall versus that. But I mean, that one is a big one, especially for the horror zombie community. So
yeah,
I get it. That one hurts. Yeah, I get it. But
I mean, I realize like the mall that you go into is barely. There's only a couple little spots that you even really see Dawn of the Dead in, but that's still holy ground. That one stings. It really does. Yeah.
I bet this year's the convention they do at the mall is going to be the extra crowded. People trying to get it in before it's gone.
I'll tell you that trip. I mean, I used, well, not really that long ago before lockdown. I'd go down with Chris to Riverside Drive-In. Their April Ghouls Drive-In Fest. Saw some great movies there. I'd do that. I'd hit up the Living Dead Museum. We'd go and see the Dawn of the Dead Mall. You can see both cemetery locations for Night of the Living Dead and the remake, and just a lot of Romero stuff in general, which, yeah, it's a really cool little trip. Take it while you still can, because you can still see all that other stuff, but the Dawn of the Dead Mall is kind of a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say how long till they close it and all that stuff yet?
Yeah, I'm relying on you guys in the chat for answers.
I'm guessing leases and stuff like that too are going to play into it unless they get bought out. There's going to be, so at very least you still have at least one more year, or one more of the festival, whatever they call it.
Elon, buy Walmart, shut it down, and restore the mall. You're our only hope now. Actually, I don't even think he can make that. I don't think he can make
you can't save them all at this point.
Cut some kind of a deal. Just be like, Walmart, I'll give you $1 billion. Fuck off. Just keep it open forever as a holy site.
Yeah, I'm surprised Knott's hasn't bought the land where the mall is yet. Maybe Magic Mountain will, because it's right next to their fucking parking lot.
Have you ever
those Knott's parking lot that in the mall?
I guess since Six Flags owns them now, they're probably fine. But has Knott's ever been in danger?
No, Haunt keeps them alive.
Okay, I always worried a little bit because I'm like, oh man, this kind of feels like more like old school.
No, I think they say they make like 70% of their revenue at Haunt in October, or the September, October.
I know a lot of people go then, but yeah. All the cool shit gets bought out by shitty corporations.
And I think Knott's didn't actually get bought out by Six Flags, even the one of them's still racist. That everyone has to remember, one of the Six Flags is a racist flag, So they merged with Cedar Fair, I believe is what they actually did. So it wasn't Six Flags buying them, but so the two biggest merged. But
man, that almost makes me somewhat tempted to try and make it out there one last time myself, just to do that. But it's not happening in April, unfortunately. I got full moon, so well, you know what? The site still stands, and I'm just gonna say this: just be extra fucking obnoxious. Go into Walmart dressed as zombies, and
no one will have any fucking idea why you're being a weirdo at Walmart.
There's still people in that area that will know exactly what's going on. They can take the building, but they can't truly take.
Oh, when it becomes the Walmart. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were saying go do it in your random Walmart right now as a process.
Yes.
I was gonna say, you're gonna. That's
okay. Well, you can do that too. You can hit the.
That's what I'm trying to prevent people from going and looking like some weirdos. But Flesh Food Dancing, we have to come to Walmart dressed as zombies.
Would that not be an awesome story if you just had horror fans form like a human wall to prevent art?
I hope Cool Duder steals the gimmick and he's just gonna go do his Walmart videos as a zombie from now on.
Well, fuck him. You know what? On second thought, let's just demolish it all. Fuck him. But no, I'm serious. Human wall. I want all the horror geeks to fucking form block the construction. Take on Walmart is what I say.
No, you got to take their trucks, line them in front of the building so they can't get in, and just keeping the zombies out.
Yes, exactly. That's what you've got to do. You've got to stop Walmart. If we don't stop this shit soon, it's gonna just all be fucking Walmarts and stupid.
Well, okay, Dan, stop buying shit from Amazon. What? Huh? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't give me that corporation's bullshit while you have the other one's fucking dick balls.
Hey, you know what? A lot of this stuff tonight was from boutique labels and not Walmart. In fact, actually, the vast majority of it was. So, fuck you, Chad.
Don't get high and mighty on fucking fuck this corporation when you're sucking the other's dick. Don't give me that shit.
You know what? Unlike Walmart, I can still at least get most of
Don't.
the physical.
All I hear is justifying the balls on your chin, Dan. That's all I hear.
God damn it!
See, now you're just attacking me because
I'm trying to
calling out
do
your bullshit.
something nice and stop Walmart from killing a childhood
Okay.
memory.
Okay. No.
We need, you know what? Hey, look, let's get every podcast. I will even make peace with Cool Doofus. I will make peace with him for one day. It'll be like the Germans and the American troops or whoever, or Russians or whoever it
Dan,
was,
it's
where
the
they had
time
that
now.
roof.
You need to start doing your Cool Duder parody videos. It's time is now. That's what Walmart gets. So you better figure out how to film it yourself, get your goddamn selfie stick.
I am serious. I will go there.
Come this Tuesday, I want doing your fucking Cool Duder impression.
I will make such a fucking scene. I will whatever I've got to do to make Walmart rethink this. They can buy some other fucking lot. There's plenty of shit in the Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm not gonna go Super Mario crack rock. No worries about that. But
I don't know.
But you know what? I can have some civil disobedience to prevent this from happening. I can do that. Maybe, you know what? It's cold in Pittsburgh.
I don't want to be part of your manifesto, Dan. Just move on.
If they want to arrest us, we can like strip down. They'll have to like grab our like naked bodies to throw us.
So now you're just trying to get touched by some random wall. Okay, Dan, I do not want to be part of this. You've taken it into a weird wormhole. I don't know.
You know, like all the nude people when they like lay down
on
the ground and everything. Well, fuck, Tad. I'm trying to make this stop. Yes, strongly worded letter, Ben. That's not going to do anything to Walmart, but I'll tell you what, I would be willing to
wrap it up, Dan. Come on.
Well, now I'm jazzed up, Todd. I thought that was a bullshit story. I'm sad, Tad. I'm outraged and I'm going to fight.
Okay.
There's nothing more important going on in this world right now than fucking Walmart thinking they can take the Dawn of the Dead mall. Nothing, Tad. This is the biggest outrage going on, and we've got to stop it. So there you go. I don't care. Like, fuck. I have some ideas, and I'm not going to say it right now, but I'm going to talk to some other podcasters and see if we can make some noise about this, because, yeah, save Monroeville Mall. I'm on it. Everybody start hashtagging that.
I think that's already a hashtag, Dan. There's already people who want to save it. You're not the first.
Well, I'm not saying I am the first. It doesn't matter if I am or not. I'm going to fight, Tad. Fight.
All right.
What if I'm serious when I'm saying I'll make truce with Cool Doofus.
Yeah.
I will. Exactly.
Okay, Dan, wrap us up.
You know what? No, I'm not cool with Cool Doofus because he's the Walmart guy. God. He's probably happy about it. I bet he's behind.
Oh my God, he's gonna do all of his videos from there.
I bet that motherfucker's behind it.
I hope he does the first walk through of the mall now, just to make it even madder.
You know what?
It's worth losing the fucking Monroeville Mall to Walmart just so Cool Duder could one-up you and do the very first live Walmart video.
Yeah, fuck that piece of shit. I'm not making a truce with him. God damn it. All right, so we'll wrap on that. Fuck Cool Doofus. Fuck Walmart. And, fuck everybody. But on that note, guys, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, where I can express my rage in more uncensored ways. Indie Phantom's right. If I start seeing like all of his stupid fucking Amityville movies at Walmart, I'm gonna know there's a conspiracy.
You need to like take your phone, take pictures with them. I want Walmart pictures, Dan, this week.
I'm telling you, Todd, I'm gonna go to California and I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna go to every Walmart. I'll fill up my fucking basket.
Why do you have to come to my state to do it?
Because I think he's California. I don't know where he's at now. I think so. I will go to every Walmart in his surrounding area. I will put all the movies. I will hide them. I will go to sporting goods and I will hide them. So I will just.
I got him going again. I thought we were wrapping up, and now he's like off in another Tangent hiding movies from the cool duder.
Fuck Cool Duder. All right.
Okay.
So he's behind it, and I'm not cool with this, and we're going to stop him. On that note, good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. Good night. Finding the outro gimmick real quick. There it is. All right. Say it again, Dan.
Good night.